What's up? What's up? I don't even. I wonder how long we were live for.
7 seconds.
It's already on 20 something seconds.
Oh,
So, what's up?
what's the
Should I
deal?
start over?
Huh?
We good. We good. So what's up? It's Thursday. Clash of Thoughts is going down right now in the city, in the town. You know what I'm saying? Up in your home, all up in your zone on a Thursday. Okay, let's get it. Let's go. It's your girl forever. What's up with it?
It's your boy C3o Beats. Let's get it in.
Okay, okay. So I mean, hey, let's reflect on the week. You know what I'm saying? How was your week?
It was cool.
It was cool.
It was hot as
Anything?
it was hot as fuck, but it was cool.
See, that's my only thing with Vegas is that heat. Like, I don't know. I don't
It's only
know.
it's only for I mean it's only for like 2 months.
Well, I got a plan, so I'm gonna just be in LA every summer. That's what it's looking like to me.
Hell yeah. Yeah, unless you get a spot with a pool, motherfucker.
Well,
Find you a
I'm a
house.
beach girl. I like the breeze. I like, the whole shebang. You know what I'm saying in that sense. Dang. Yeah, so the realness is real. My week has been full of just surprises. It's just really interesting when you think that people are down with you and you're cool with you, and they really not. It was a lot of mask offs this week. You know what I mean? And I just don't understand why, the people that you meet in your life have to feel like they have to portray some type of way or be some type of way, whether it's jealousy, whether it's just being a hater, whether it's just whatever. Why does that come out in friendships? Like, I just really don't understand. What do you think? Do you think friendships exist?
Um, well, it depends on what kind of friends you got, cause some people got good friends, and some people got bad friends.
Yeah, and it's just important to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. You know what I mean? Categorize your people. You know who you can talk to. You know who you can't. You know who you can invite at this place. You know who you can invite at that place. It's just random that way. When it comes down to friendship. So, hey, it's a breeze. It's a breeze. You know what I'm saying? There's seasons and there's reasons. And then look what happens to the trees. What do you think about people? Speaking of the trees changing with the season, what do you
Mhm.
think? Have you seen this trend of people talking to trees?
Yeah, it's tree huggers and all that shit. You got people who go
Yes,
out and hug
interesting.
trees and shit.
It's just amazing how trends, I mean, yeah, people do things, and it's great to have social media and this, way of, actually finding out different things that people do and with different cultures and whatnot. But yeah, people is straight up on TikTok and other media platforms straight up talking to trees, and the trees is touching them. Do you believe that the trees is touching them when they be
Not
like,
at all.
touch my shoulder, touch my head?
Not at all.
Okay, I tried it. Okay, don't clown me, but I
I'm,
tried.
hey, I'm not knocking nobody. You asked me a question and that was my answer.
Yeah, I just have to know for myself. I like to figure it out. I'll try something out. I'm not gonna put it on camera until I know it's true. I can't be talking to some tree and the tree ain't responding. So luckily, I did that by myself. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So that's right. Let's get it tonight. Clash of Thoughts. We are going to be talking about some interesting things. Okay. Wow. When it comes down to stuck at a green light, I know I like to say I'm focusing on the, African American community, Black community, the community. Okay. What does that look like? What is the Black community? Um, so let's get it, let's go, and let's dive into the juice. You know what I mean? And in my opinion, I definitely believe when it comes down to culture, we do have one. People that look like me and you, I believe, definitely have a culture. What does it look like? A lot of things. A lot of things. The way we are, as far as, our the way we dress, okay? Our language, um, our hair, what our traditions, what we cook and whatnot, do play a major part in the community and our features. You know what I mean? What do you think about the Black or African American or whatnot community? I'm not too big on labels. You know what I'm saying? So we're just gonna state this to make it make sense to the masses. To know exactly, where we're coming from with this vibe tonight. You know what I mean? So, what do you think, Co?
Well, I don't think black people have a culture or a community. Um,
Okay.
if everything in our culture was given to us and it wasn't passed down, I don't know how it's ours. Just because we claim some shit don't mean it belong to us. You know what I'm saying? Like hip hop and all these other different shits that we claim to be part of our culture, like the food we eat, all of that shit. Like we hear stories of slaves being fed the worst of the worst. You know what I'm saying? They was getting fed the worst of the worst. So it's like, like why are we still holding on to that shit and calling it ours? Our
Mm-hmm.
culture, soul food, and all that type of shit. Like that's some of the worst food in the world. And I just think when it comes to us, majority of the shit that we do is detrimental to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the food we eat, the music we make, the way we treat each other, all that shit. Like that's not a culture. The way we treat each other is not a culture. One black person hating on another black person is not culture. One person having a goddamn $1,000 pair of shoes on around a bunch of black people who can't afford a pair of that. Like that's not
I mean,
culture.
that's
Just
more
because this nigga.
behavior. That's more behavior and character.
No, but I'm
I
saying, but
don't
see, the hip hop,
want
but
that to be.
hip hop is part of our culture though. And the street niggas dress like the rappers. The street niggas
Well,
dress
yeah,
like the
we just
rappers.
have
These
different
kids dress like the rappers.
character within these cultures, though.
You said what?
There's different characters of people that is within these cultures.
It
Okay.
doesn't matter. But what I'm saying is,
Mhm.
if you sag your pants and you don't know why you sag your pants, that's just part of gang culture. You doing some shit and you don't even know why you doing it, and it's part of it's some shit that's given to you, and that's what I'm saying. These things are being used as weapons against us, and we calling this shit ours, like any of it is any good for us, and it's not. None of this shit that we saying belong to us or is our culture. It really is not. It's
Mm.
death culture. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm.
even with the rap and the hip hop shit, the way we treat our
Mm.
women, the way we talk about, rap don't talk about marrying your woman and let's have families and shit. They talking about don't bust a nut in her, bust a nut on her. So
Mm.
that's not healthy for our community when
So,
we
I mean, okay, so my thing with the community, my thing with the culture, and my focus when I'm doing these things is basically for the individuals who are unfortunately in these rough ghetto communities, okay, which is where I have been raised, which is where you have been raised, in these gang infested, you know, I don't want to say poverty, but just not as expensive or whatever as other communities. Um, I don't want to state certain. I don't want to state cities or places. I'm just saying. I'm just putting everything in a nutshell. But I guess the communities that are not as popping when it comes down to money, more so like having to survive, or when you look around, it doesn't look as elegant as Pasadena or as Beverly Hills, of places of that nature. And then you have the police coming starting these things. So I say this to say, when it comes down to the nature versus nurturer philosophy, nature versus nurturer, I believe that the environment definitely play a part in our culture, how we think, what we do, and it's so abundant that the people that are coming out of these communities and creating, hip hop, that's where, rap started, the whole pop locking, the whole movement of, hey, I have something to say. Okay. Unfortunately, the individuals in these communities feel this way when expressing themselves in music. They feel like that women should be treated this way. It's just very unfortunate. Why? Because it was what they saw in their environment. If you are in a drug infested environment, there is going to be lack of, proper decision making. Is going to be lack of like high knowledge and,
Really shit, creativity. What you will, basically it's a lack of creativity because if niggas
yeah,
can't be if niggas can't be create, we
no,
that's what I'm saying. We talk
no,
about
no.
how
It's a lot of creativity though.
no, we talk about how creative we are as a people, and how everybody jock our style and take this from us and take that from us, and we create all these different trends and shit. But we're not creative enough to not rap about the hoes and bitches and shooting your mama house up. Like we're not creative enough to fucking to create better music with substance. See,
Hmm.
because nowadays these niggas ain't even from the streets. So these niggas is because it's hip hop culture. So if you get a
It
child from the
turned into
suburbs,
that. It grew
you,
big.
you get a child from the
The hip hop.
suburbs who never been to the hood and he rapping like he have been to the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
So I mean,
mhm,
just because niggas come from the ghetto or the hood or the trenches or whatever, it doesn't make us better. It creates a mind state to have a nigga stuck, and that's why when a lot of people get money, they can't stay away from their hood because it's a mentality that have you stuck thinking that something
it
is in the
is.
hood.
I
Something is in the hood.
concur.
I'm missing out on something. It's popping in the hood. Da, 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 da. And that's what I'm saying. The culture itself is not a it's not like people are getting together at a lot of these events and having a good time. People have a good time and then motherfuckers get shot, motherfuckers get beat up. It's always something. You know what I'm saying? Females getting fucking sexually assaulted at these events. Like, so it's not just we not gonna act like hip hop is all holy and shit because it's not. It's it's
It's
it's it's it's a weapon that has been used to keep us in a fucked up state of mind. You know what I'm saying? This is why you can go anywhere in the world and they know Tupac. They know some Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? You can go anywhere in the world and they know rap lyrics. Like that shit is touching all around the fucking world. But the difference is these motherfuckers ain't out there killing it. They not living by this shit. It's just entertainment and music to them. But to us, we feel like we gotta actually live by this shit. You know what I'm
mhm.
saying? So that's what I'm saying. There's nothing good about it because these young niggas feel like if I'm rapping about being a gangster, I gotta really go out here and be a gangster. So it's not nothing to glorify. It's not nothing to glorify. You know how many rappers are dead? Upcoming rappers are dead. Like niggas who just got on are dead. Like this shit is not. We dealing with millions and millions of dollars. This shit is worse than a drug game.
Okay, so let's dive into the hoods. Okay, people are dying because of gang violence and because of stray bullets and because of police brutality. It's just within the community that these people are living in that are creating this music, right? So boom, let's talk about this music being glorified, which I highly always had an issue with the hip hop music with the fuck a bitch and the bitches and the, just the horrible disrespect that is, spoken up on with us. But this is what's going on though. Like, you have people killing each other left and right. Like it just don't make no sense out here. You got people hating on each other left and right. For some reason, I live in LA. When I, be in my community, I was raised here and I saw the mentality of us and how we got down. And unfortunately, it is something, I don't want to say given to us. It's kind of something that like we was born to survive because it's a setup, like Tupac
Mhm.
say. But this music is so popular around the world. Like you could go, to Africa, wherever, and they're always into the hip hop music. You know, different races is always, wanting to be a part of that hip hop lifestyle, like you mentioned before. And that is the question that we should be asking: is why? Why is this negative um source of music so praised, not just by us but by everyone? What is it about negativity being so bomb? Like even with content, like if we were to talk about bullshit, we had the bullshit, this shit will go viral real quick. But because we're talking about something that is empowering people, something that is, is not going to move very fast. So, what do you think it is amongst the society, people, period, that is just so loving of the hip hop culture, I'm a shooter nigga. Why? And it like really pay attention to these lyrics and stuff that we hear and that we actually grew up listening to, and then they made videos, content about the things that was discussed. But it's so admired by all races. So what's up with that? So culture, when you see, and I'm speaking on the topic, okay? When you see white people in the car bumping Too Short, and they're bumping it. The way they bump their music is a culture. It's like, okay, because not everybody bumps music like that, or some people listen to, like, jazz. You know what I mean? But when you see that, you're automatically like, oh, they're culture vultures, or they're trying to be black. So what do you think? Like,
Well, shit, we can't be because we don't make no fucking speakers. We don't make amps. We don't make cars, nigga. Black people don't make none of that shit. So we can't call somebody a culture vulture for putting beat in a fucking car with switches or whatever on the shit, and they
no,
not
but like
black.
the music as well, like listening to Too Short, bumping music.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
people
what
of
I'm.
different cultures always get a stank eye or some type of look when they are, I guess portraying this culture of the hood.
Well, because it's not.
What is
Look,
commonly seen in the hood? Because you don't
look,
see
you got.
people living in Beverly Hills bumping music. You just don't. Why
Yeah,
you
well,
like music?
it's not just a
Why
black
you like
thing. It's not just a black. That's why I'm saying like there's no such thing as a black community because if any race of people can fucking act like us, that's not our community, bro. That's
Okay,
not our
well,
fucking
maybe
community.
like other
So
races. I mean, as well. I mean, because I like tacos, nachos. I like kebabs.
yeah, but you're not pulling up to the taco spot bumping mariachi music though. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I
You're
do
not
like
pulling
some
up
Prince
because
Royce.
you
I
know
mean,
because
I.
Hispanics be they be in their trucks, they be in they
Oh,
they pick up trucks and shit, bumping they good Spanish music. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like all of them is driving around listening to rap and shit. And then sometimes they might be listening to rap 1 minute and then start playing some Spanish shit. So
mm-hmm,
it's Spanish
mm-hmm,
rap. You know what I'm saying? You got white people there's poor white communities. All right, there's poor Hispanic people in our communities. Um, so we're all witnessing the same thing. So it's not like they have to take anything from us because if Hispanic people is living in your community and they run in the streets just like we run in the streets, then you know what I'm saying? If we can say this is our community, but anybody's welcome into the fucking community, like that's just what it doesn't. But that's what I'm saying. It doesn't belong to us. We didn't create this music. We don't create none of this shit. The trends, none of that shit. Who is there anybody in history that went down for creating bumping music in their cars? No, bro. That's not something that one person created. That's not something that just one neighborhood just started doing. Like, no, like I said, we don't make speakers and things like that. So
mm-hmm,
we got the shit from somewhere. We
mm-hmm,
a nigga didn't make his own speakers and put it in the car. He went and bought his speakers from a white boy, and the white boy installed it in his shit. You know what I'm
mm-hmm,
saying? So I got some Alpines in my trunk, which is a white company, I'm driving a fucking car that is made by white people. But I want to say just because I'm driving this car a certain way and I'm leaning a certain way and my music is bumping a certain way that's a that somehow it belongs to me, and it don't, because we don't own shit in it. How can we have a culture or even a community when we don't own shit? We don't own anything in it, nothing at all. So it's not ours. The only way something can be yours is if you have ownership in it. But we don't have ownership in this shit. Gentrification is real, nigga, because people don't own their own communities. We do not own the properties in these communities that we dying over. Our parents don't own these houses and shit. We be renting apartments and renting houses and renting shit. So when the owner want his house back, hey, we got to move the fuck out. So that's what I'm saying. It's a false sense of ownership. We don't own nothing. So
Well, when it comes down to culture and community, it's not even about owning. It's about where we at. It's about where we were raised and the customs and the traditions that we learned along the way based on our family dynamic, generation after generation. So let's talk about soul food, right? And let's talk about, okay, when you look at these movies of the black family, um, it's culture, because I guess when it comes down to our ancestry, it's always just been a pull down of people of dark color. Okay. It's always been a struggle to, even with the soul food, they made like slop be the main. Like we about to hook this chitlins up, you know what I'm saying? We about to really kill this hog mog, and we about to do this and that. It was just passed down from generation to generation. So if another black family is living next door to me and I go over there, the setup is kind of the same. You got the soul food, you have, the uncle and this and that, right? Stuff like that to me is culture. What, how we pray, what our religion, what
well,
we eat.
but that's not ours. That's what I'm saying.
Let's
The
go.
religion is not
All right,
ours.
let's get it. Let's go.
The
Okay.
religion is not ours. The nothing,
Mhm.
none of that belongs to us. None of that is ours. Like even with the food shit, who supply us our food? Not us.
Mhm.
We not out here creating farms and got grocery stores and shit supplying the food to ourselves. We're not doing that.
Yeah, but
So
it's like okay. Hmm.
it's look, culture is following some shit. Culture is just following some shit that you was told this how it is, and so you're keeping it going.
Yeah, it's
Everybody
a
don't
way
eat,
that a group of people do things.
but yeah, everybody don't
Their
eat.
hair,
It's not
their
even a group
sex,
of people.
their
No,
food.
it's not even a group of people, because you got to understand, even if we was tribal, my nigga, we still broken down into families. Just because we're in a tribe don't mean that my immediate family is owned by anybody. Like no, so it's that group of people is the family. This is how our family do things. Every family don't eat pork. Every black people, every black household don't eat ham hocks and all that. Everybody don't eat that shit. So that's what I'm saying. It's a culture to those who choose to do it, but for those
Yeah,
who don't
it's
want to
an
do it, it's
environmental thing though. See, yo, it's about like I said, I like to break down nature versus nurturer. I mean, okay, is it about what you were fed, what you were nurtured off of, or is it about the your environment, your surroundings? Um,
it's
is your
neither. It's what you
environment and your
want.
surroundings, period, point blank, that creates the culture, and it just so happens that multiples of people do the same thing,
Yeah,
mostly
but
doing
we
the
talk
same
about
thing,
you go to
doing it
Asia.
a different
If
way,
you if you
doing
go
it
to
a different way.
But if you go to Asia, there's a hip hop community. If you go to China, if you go to London, if you go to different parts of the world, they have their own hip hop community. You go to fucking China, they got low rider clubs and all that shit out there.
Okay, so
You know what
where
I'm
do you
saying?
think
So
this came from?
it's not just our communities that's causing this, because
Okay, but
like I
where
said, you
did
got
that
people
come
in
from, though? Did it
the
come from the
Chinese
hood, or do you
the
have other
Chinese
people
rappers.
that
The
I don't?
Chinese
I don't
rappers
haven't
don't grow
seen
up in
not
our
one
community.
person in no other community like do stuff the way we do.
It doesn't matter if they do it how we do it. They're still doing it. Like the Asians that's in Asia that's in the rap scene, they not growing up in the hoods. They not growing up in our communities. The Africans and shit that's out in Africa rapping and shit, they not growing up like us. Motherfuckers in Great Britain, these niggas
Yeah,
in
because
Britain with
these
the
are
drill rap, these
stories.
niggas got drill rap in Britain. Okay, they not living like us. They're not black Americans. Okay, they don't live in America. They don't go through what we go through, but they still have a hip hop culture. All right, so it's not the God. It's not our communities, because once again, um, people say that the government gave us guns. Just like look at all these little teenagers and young niggas, how they got clips this long, and all these niggas got drums. Where they getting this shit from? Where's they getting this? So if the government supply you with guns, that mean kill each other. Okay, if the government supply you with pork, that mean kill yourself. Just because somebody giving us some shit don't mean it's ours or we gotta fucking use the shit. Because everything that they give us, we're killing ourselves with it. Point blank, period.
I
So
like
to
it.
call to call to
Mhm.
call that our culture a death culture, our culture is no, like I don't know. I don't belong to a group of people who just want to feed off each other. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers want to feed off each other, just like how you started it off with the friendship shit, fake friends, and all that type of shit. Because people just want to feed off each other. We did a show about energy vampires. That's what people do. They come around and they suck you of all your energy. This is what we dealing with when we talk about the black so-called community, because other communities they don't do this shit to each other. So while we sitting over here talking about, yeah, they, they copying
Yeah,
us.
that's why we
let,
got to do better.
let's
That's
try
my
to
mission,
can we
like
can
to break this mental curse.
but
We
that's what I'm saying.
definitely
But we can't
got to
break
do
it.
better.
We can't break it if the you know how many black people die from high blood pressure, diabetes, and
Mhm.
all this shit. Because you know how
I
many
know, I
obese.
know.
So that's what I'm saying. We're accepting the food as ours, but it's killing people every fucking day. That's what I'm saying. Why are we taking this death culture,
Because we
and
were
making
born
it
into the
us?
deaf culture, like for real. It was like it's the environment around you. You know what I mean? Like what? That's the culture of it. To me, everywhere has a culture.
But everybody in
Everything.
that environment don't act the same.
Okay,
Everybody,
everybody
just
in
because a
that
girl,
environment don't act the same.
yeah, just because
However,
a female is raised in the projects don't mean she a hoe. Because every female is not, and every guy who's raised in a gang, and this our problem with the police and shit. Just because a black male is born and raised in a gang community, he's automatically a gangbanger. All right, and this is the problem we have because they
that's
treat all
that's
of us like gang
that's
members.
the people around him that's doing that. And that was my whole thing growing up. That was my big old beef. Like when you grow up somewhere, when you and your homeboys, because you know I like the homeboys, because girls was just whatever. What they funny. One minute they like somebody, don't, that's a whole nother story. But when the dudes coming up in where I was raised, okay, they were going to school. Some was skaters. They wasn't even worried about the gangbang life. But it is the people that has already been there, who are older, who are already embedded into this deaf culture you call, of everything that's involved in it. The everything. It's an environmental situation. It's something that is learned from the people that is closest to you. But it's so many people that are doing the
Well, who
same
come
thing, and that's how it becomes a culture. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
but what I'm saying is, but who created that? Who created that
Who
environment?
said her?
Who put us in that environment? Because you gotta, once again, just because you're placed in a fucking trap, don't mean you cannot get out. So this
That's
is the
the
thing. It doesn't matter.
problem.
Look, our environment can be fucked
Yeah,
up, but we're the ones that's not changing it. We're the ones that's feeding into the bullshit and fucking our communities up. We're the ones that's throwing trash on the ground. We're the ones that's not won't even pick up no fucking trash in your own community. So that's
that's
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying.
saying.
It's a fucked up community, but we're the ones we're not trying to make it better. So that's once
Yeah,
again,
look,
we're
like
holding on
Lily
to
is
some shit,
saying.
and that's what I'm saying. That's that soul food. Just because we was given this, don't mean we got to eat this shit because it's killing us. And that's what I'm saying. Everybody don't have the same mentality just because of their environment. Some people
Okay,
are
but the
products of the
comment
environment.
below, the comment below is basically what covers what you just said. It's the lack of education, the lack of resources. That is what's bringing the crimes. That's what's
Hmm.
bringing this whole mentality of survival. Like that's why some dudes that come from places I know, like your love is just survival skills. A lot of times people, I love you just for what you can do for me. And it's a lot of that in the hood, with the brothers. Like everywhere is a ghetto. And when you look at the color of the individuals that are in these ghettos, they are mostly like this and darker or lighter. And then the Hispanic culture, but the Hispanics, you can, man, their culture is just completely different from the black culture. You know what I mean? Especially, and that's what the black culture talks about a lot. Quiet as it's kept. we always talk about the loyalty and stuff that we see, the family dynamic, how they're family oriented and loyal. It don't matter if you the drunk, it don't matter if you the whatever, but when it come down to us, it's just it's unfortunate. Like we got family we don't talk to. It's so much competition. It's so much you looking at me, I'm looking at you, what it do. Like family, like even in my family, I got people that do the same stuff as me that don't reach out to me, or vice versa. Because it's like an algorithm. It's like if you ain't fucking with me, I ain't fucking with you.
Hmm.
It's this mentality that we got that's like fuck it, because where we come from, what we've heard, how we see the differences in the communities. Like we live in a fucked up community. Our ancestry have fucked up situations to where it just came off on us. Now, when it comes down to moving forward, that's my mission with Stuck at a Green Light. Clash of thoughts. Everything is moving forward. What do we do to break these things? Because they are obviously and evidently not healthy. Salute to the panel. Thank you, thank you,
Um,
thank you. What's
yeah,
up,
that's
Batman? Beautiful facts.
shout out Uncle Joey in the motherfucking building.
No.
Here's Joey.
That's right. I've been enjoying the conversation. You know what I'm saying? That is what I'm just, really, excuse me, encouraging, because we have these platforms and people just want to scroll and like and, subliminal messages. Like get on here, share, join the conversation. Whenever you want to join, let your girl know. I'll send you the link. But Joey, whenever we try to build something, the others come through or send someone who looks like us to destroy the plan. This has been something they've been using since the beginning of time. Okay. And it is very unfortunate. And it's
And
very true. It's
but that
true. Like
goes,
it's a
but
suppression. It's a suppression of individuals that, I hate to bring up what Kanye said, but we are choosing to do this. Like the Ku Klux Klan. Like, come on. If like, what is that movie, CO? You remember that movie? I think it was Tales from the Hood.
uh,
When old boy went to jail, he was a gangbanger or whatever. He went to jail and he was next to a Ku Klux Klan member and they had a discussion. If you guys haven't seen that, man, check that out and just understand how real this is. Like we gonna look, we got kids that's being coming up. And times is getting more harder and harder. 2020 didn't show you that it was not no changes, then I don't know what will. Okay, because people that look like us, CO, is definitely targeted.
yeah, but
Why
that's the thing
is
though.
this
But
target
we're
on our
infiltrated.
head? Where is
But
this
we're
target coming from to
No, we're
where
infiltrated. We're
Mhm.
infiltrated by our own people. You know what I'm saying? That's why he said people that look like us come in and fuck shit up because of the infiltration. Why? Because see, growing up in gang culture, you can't just come to our fucking hood and get put on the hood. Either you got to grow up over here, be kin to somebody over here, or somebody got to actually bring you over here and vouch for you type shit. You gotta be raised over here somehow. You can't just come over here and be part of our hood because we don't know who the fuck you are. But it's not like that in the black community. Just because you got black skin, you're welcome. Anybody's welcome. The pedophiles, the woman beaters, everybody's welcome. Long as you have nobody's screening anybody. So it's so easy for us to be
Yeah,
infiltrated by
so,
our own people because we're not watching who we let into these groups. And that's what I'm saying. If look, if
mhm.
every black person don't feel the same, it's not a black community because some
Well,
people don't
it's
give a
the
fuck
only
about
thing
this
is
shit.
that is the black people who are not in that particular hood. Look, like I said, everywhere there's a ghetto. Okay,
Hmm.
we're talking about the ghetto. Yeah, we have a lot of black people that was born and raised, in Beverly Hills or like some. I keep saying that one, but I just want to just say that. But it's so many different other high quality places. Of course, they're not going to have the same culture as us because they was not raised in the hood like us. When is being put on, songs and movies is fascinating.
But
Like
that's
how
weird.
do people
It's
survive
weird. We the only
in
ones who do
an
that.
environment like this? That's what other cultures is thinking.
The shit is weird. Why we are literally the only group of people who fucking glorify that we came from nothing. We're the only people who glorify, yeah, I came
Isn't
from the hood. I came from
it
the
taking
other people don't do that. When they make it out of their struggle, my nigga, they're not going back to their goddamn hood talking about, yeah, nigga, I'm from the trenches. I got it out the mud. That's what I'm saying. All of this shit we call our culture. Nigga, you have to get it out the mud. It's not a good fucking thing. That means you don't have no support. That means there's no support in this so-called black community. You don't have nobody to come together and help you. So you got to get this shit out the mud. You got to get out here and do whatever you got to do to get it, because there is no support like that. So that's what I'm saying. We're calling this shit a fucking community where ain't nobody fucking looking out for each other. Everybody is feeding off each other, and it's really not.
yes.
And we can't
Yes,
blame this.
I
We
concur.
can't we can't blame this on
Mm-hmm.
other people, because
Mm-hmm.
we say them and they, but don't
Mm-hmm.
nobody know can't nobody tell me who the fuck they is or who the fuck them is. All right.
Yeah.
So if we don't know who the fuck they, like, why do we keep saying they did this and they doing this and da da da
Yeah.
da da? It's like, look it, we're doing this shit to ourselves.
To each
Once again,
other. That's
we
the
don't hold
thing.
we don't
That's
hold the
the
black
thing.
politicians accountable. We don't hold our black
I
millionaire
love it.
billionaires account. Look how many rappers and sports players, comedians, all that, raised in the hood, made it out, and they don't do shit for the hood. So that's what I'm saying. We're not, and they using the hood to get money. So
Mhm.
that's what I'm saying. We're not holding each other accountable. We're not saying, look, we got to do better as a people. If we want to have a community, we got to actually build a community, because we're not building anything. We are literally 100% consumers. That's all we do is consume shit. We're not putting
So
nothing out
right,
here to the
no.
world. Only
I
thing we putting out in
concur.
the world
And that to
is
me
music.
is the black community. That's what you're saying. Yeah, it is what
It's
it is.
entertainment. We're the entertainers when
And
other races are the owners.
then
So they're the
here's the
owners
other part.
and
Whenever
we're the
it's some
workers.
like racism shit, we want to unity, stand together, this and that. No, like
Exactly.
this is clown shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Look at how you do each other. Look at how we treat each other. That is the problem. That
Yeah.
is within these ghettos.
And see, just
That
like
is
Joey,
my target. That's where I'm trying to go with the whole mission. Like, you know what I'm
and,
saying? But real quick, Joey,
and what
look
Joey
how they
just said.
changed hip hop, got
uh,
rid of conscious music, and only yeah, okay, so he's using they. So
mhm.
look how they changed hip hop, right? Got rid of conscious music, because I thinking about this too, and only allow, street gangster music. We used to have a variety. There is no more variety. De La Soul, NWA, Public Enemy, Two Life Crew, Straight Facts. It's so many,
But that
rappers.
goes to show. But that
Yes,
goes to show.
Talib Kweli, like so many individuals that try to put out that conscious, that growth, that empowerment music. And then you have individuals like many individuals who have tried to uplift our community and somehow end up something's happened to them, or they got canceled or threatened. You know, there is a they, CO. There is the people who are controlling.
No, we know who they is. We
Okay.
know that we know that the music
Okay,
industry.
but when we try to uplift our culture, there's always some type of attack.
Turn the fucking music off. It's simple. Turn the fucking music off. Why are
But
we
why
going
are
to
we
hip hop?
making music like
Can I
this?
say
I mean,
this?
I'm in the industry. I'm talking
Can I
to you people. Like,
can I can I just say
when is
this?
this gonna stop? And booties
Can
and
can I
ass
say this?
everywhere. What is the ass? Shit come out
Can
of
I,
the ass.
all right, look, can I just say this?
Shit.
Can I just say this?
The most nastiest part of your
Why are we
body,
going to why are
you
we
are
going to hip hop for
fantasizing,
education?
just want so bad. How just nasty.
Well, who goes to hip hop to learn? Why the fuck are we going to hip hop for education? That's the problem. Niggas ain't going to get. It's like going to motherfucking the club to find a wife, nigga. Like, no,
Mhm.
that's not how it works. That's not how it works. This music industry, once again, like I've been said from the beginning, was never created by black people, and we never owned shit in it. This is why they are able to change shit whenever they want to, because we don't own anything. So while we calling this shit ours, they control it. They control it. You're a fucking puppet on the string that moves any trend that come out, bro. Look at all these motherfucking people doing these TikTok dances and all. It just shows the number of
Ignorance. It's
slaves
a
that
lot
it
of
is in the
ignorance
world.
amongst us.
And we call this shit culture. We call this shit culture because
But it
somebody
is
else gave it
culture.
to us.
That's the problem.
Well, I mean, okay, look, once again,
That's the
gang banging,
problem.
gang banging is a culture, right? That's part of black culture, right? Gang banging, right?
It's a part of the ghetto culture. It's a part of the community culture.
Yeah, but that's where we come from. That's what we talking
That's
about,
where
the
we
hood.
come from. Exactly.
But that's what we talking about, the hood. So once again,
That's what it
if if if
is.
if the government drop off guns in your neighborhood and you use them to kill each other, nigga, that's not culture. That's stupidity. Just
Well,
because we're doing it doesn't make it our culture. I don't
I
want that.
could have a talk with somebody else from the hood and talk about drive-bys and how in our home when we heard gunshots and helicopters and shit, how we had to get on the floor. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? It's such a big, it's a big thing. You know what I
and
mean?
tell
There's
me,
a lot of things that are in common when
rap
you
is
are
fueling it.
ghetto bound.
Once again, if people are dying every day from Asian people live long because of the food they eat and shit like that. We die early because of the food we eat and shit. That's what I'm
Well,
saying. If
then
you
it's a
want to
lack
look at,
of
if you
education.
want to look at, if you
Just
want to
like
look
Billy
at,
said, it's a
but
lack of education.
that's because
You
niggas
don't have
want to go to hip hop. Niggas want to look for education in
yeah,
hip
that's
hop.
true.
That's
It's
why.
true.
That's
It's
why niggas
very
want to look
true.
for education in rap music. Like it's
Yes.
entertainment. That's no other culture take this shit for real. Everybody listen to this music as pure
And
entertainment.
that's
That's
why
why
it's so glorified amongst all the other cultures and races. This
it
is
don't
why,
matter. It
but
don't
no, but
belong to
that's
us.
why,
It
because
don't belong to us. You
they,
saying that as if we own, like it's ours, as if our kids is
it's
eating,
our
or like it's
testimonies, it's
like
our
as if it's
stories, right? It's stories that come from people in the hood.
nah.
But
It's so
now it's watered down. But I'm saying like in the like 80s and 90s when it was more, how things always get taken when it's, making a gang of money from the corporate side.
it was harder to get on back then because you had to fit,
Hell
you
yeah.
you had to make a demo and mail it in, or all of these different things.
Yes.
It
But it
was a
was
lot
still our
harder.
testimonies.
It was
It
a
was
lot
still
harder
for
back
people
then. But
that
my
came
point is
from the
this.
hood
My
stories.
my
This is
point
how
is
they
this.
feel. This is
My
really
point.
unfortunate.
But we cannot look how hard it is for Negroes to get on. Look how hard it is for niggas to get into the music industry. So that's what I'm saying. It's not fucking easy. Niggas go out here and dance their ass off, rap their ass off, do all this shit to hope one of these, like I said, these fucking white motherfuckers at one of these labels see you and bring you in. And then majority of the time, these dudes don't even get a fair shot. They get shelved, they get all types of shit. So that's what I'm saying. We're glorifying and we calling some shit ours that have done nothing but fucked us, put us in goddamn contracts that niggas cannot get. Like it's just so much bullshit that goes on. I, I don't want that. I mean, that's what I'm saying. When we say a black community and all,
Yeah.
everybody don't feel the same. So when you speak on the black community, it's like, okay, I agree with you on that, but I don't agree with you on that topic. So you can't, like, our arguments are basically as individuals because everybody just feel different. Everybody, but you got slaves, you got motherfuckers who think they smart because they got some information from somebody else or from somewhere else. There's not too many people that really get information from their own minds, from their brains, by doing shit, by experiencing life, by doing research and things of that nature and shit. So we calling all of this shit, yeah, that's ours. And it's all killing us. It's every fucking single thing about the black culture is killing us. The black community, we kill each other. We hate on each other. We pull down each other. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? So we have to
But
do
it's
better
happening. So it's a
as a
culture.
people.
It's not a
No,
good culture. And that's why
no.
the stereotypes and we need to look at ourselves in the mirror. We
But
do.
what
We
is
need to
that? But that's
reflect.
what I'm saying. Everybody don't eat the same. Everybody don't listen. Niggas in the South like slower music. Niggas on the East Coast, they don't listen to us. Okay, like niggas on the West Coast, we make totally different music from everybody else. We don't eat the same fucking foods. You go down south, they eat what we call soul food and shit. You come out here out west, nigga, we eating all different type of shit. Tacos because of the Hispanic influence. All this, like, we eat all different types of shit. So that's why we can't call it a culture if everybody's not if everybody's not participating, because we don't do shit the same. Different dialect, different languages. Oh, this
Yeah,
word,
because those people are
that's not a
influenced
culture.
by
That's
different
not a
cultures.
culture.
Look,
That's not
at
a
the end of the
culture.
day, like it's my thing is the ghetto. I gotta keep going back there. The ghetto, it's just so much of the people that does the same thing, believe the same thing, does the same thing. Yes, it's not something that should be glorified or highlighted, but it's something that is real. It's real survival out here for people, that can relate to certain things. For instance, like it really okay. And then I just want to comment too on what Joy is saying is, he worked at a universal music group, and it is, young white liberals picking your black music, but that is how it is now today, because it's now, hey,
No, it's always
you
been. Look
brought
at
something to the
NWA.
table, and we're going to
Look
use
at
it as an agenda.
No, look at NWA. It's always been that way. Black people, the only black people who was running shit is the Motown days in the Midwest. Those are only motherfucking niggas who was literally owning record labels and getting money, and white people wasn't calling the shots. All right. But after that era, it has always been controlled by people who don't look like us from the beginning. It's always been controlled. This
Well,
is
I
not
mean,
nothing
the
new.
reason why the ghetto is the ghetto is because of white people. Like you got
No,
y'all didn't see
no,
them.
no, no. It's because black
Yes,
people.
it was set up
No,
that
it's
way.
because black
Listen,
people choose
okay,
to
I'm
act. It's
nothing
because
but
black people
yes.
choose to act that way. I don't give a fuck where you raised at,
It's
my nigga.
true
You
because
have
it's to take
decorum. You learn
accountability. You're
decorum.
right. I concur. But when you
Okay,
put in a
yeah.
circumstance, man, see, look, when it comes down to the environment that you put
That
in,
shit don't work
when
in
you put
court,
in
bro.
a certain, okay, that's great. But when you're put in a certain circumstance to where you got to make these certain choices, it is what it is. And if it's so common amongst like all kind of ghettos, it doesn't matter where you from New York, from the South, whatever, there's still a ghetto somewhere where
So
people are
can I
behaving in
ask
the
a
same
question?
type of mannerism.
Can I ask a
But it's
question? If
unfortunate though, you know what I
if
mean? And it's
if
a
a
lot of things
crime,
that we gotta break out of, but it's a culture that we either come from, it's there.
all right,
It's just
let me ask you a question. If a violent crime was committed against you, somebody brought harm to you, a black person, and you find out that this person grew up in the ghetto, are you going to have sympathy now? Are you going to be
no,
like,
but I'm
oh,
not having sympathy.
exactly. So
Yeah.
that just because a nigga from the get don't mean shit, nigga. You know
No, it
right from
doesn't.
wrong, all of that. So our
But that's how
environment,
they think.
we
Who are
don't
from the
use our
ghetto, like
environment as
I'm
a
not.
reason for why we do shit or for why we like. No, people who are products of their environments are products of their environments because they chose to be a part of that environment. Everybody don't choose to be a part of that environment.
Yes, well, no. If you're born into an environment, CO, come on, you cannot pick and choose. If you are an adolescent that is growing up in the hood, that is your parents. That's not your fault, and you don't have the choice to do that. Look, you grow up in the hood. When you know better, you do better. And I
But your
salute
grades,
to those
your
who
grades and your
salute
schooling
to
is
those
on you.
people who want to get out of the ghetto, who
But your
want to get
grades
out
and
of
your
the hood.
schooling,
But
your
don't put the
grades and your
ghetto
schooling
down.
is on
Like,
you.
don't put that culture down because it is there.
No, but your grades and your schooling is on you as a child. So if you go to school and you're ditching or you're not really going through this system, so you can move out the hood and get a higher education and go off to college or something, because there's a few people from the hood that's doing it, but not enough people. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's just yes, your parents they had you in this environment, but that don't mean you can't get yourself out of it or even escape
Yeah, but
from the
you gotta
shit.
have that want. Some people grow up
You
and like
don't. You
that
gotta
shit.
want it.
When you
You
a
gotta
kid,
want it.
you growing up in some, it becomes you. If you a child and
That's a weak person though.
I mean, look, it always take a time, a wake up moment. Like
Yeah,
people
that's a
got to
weak person.
search for this information to do better. It is an educational thing. It's a lack of because there's so many circumstances that's in the ghetto. You got people who trying to like pay their rent who can't, who on drugs mostly because they put a majority of it in these communities, and people are doing it because they feel hopeless. People are doing it because they feel like they want a relief from the stress and the unfortunate, you know, way
But
they're living.
we all need that though. We all need that, bro.
I understand that,
We
but you don't
all
have
stressed
everybody
and we all need a break.
who
So
is
what
as
I'm saying is these are
knowledgeable as you are,
choices.
who have those resources, because it's a lot of people who
No,
don't. And then let's talk about like the people with mental illness because of drugs, because of abuse and all types of stuff. You
yeah,
got the
but those are
gangbanger
choices.
ghetto mentality, right?
But
Let's
those
go
are
in the
choices.
household with
Those are
you
choices.
know
If a
this over there
crackhead
and all
break in my
doing
house,
crazy shit that people got to keep experiencing generation after fucking generation.
mhm,
And it's only up to the people who, like you said, who want to know
exactly,
better and do better and actually
exactly,
search for that better.
exactly, exactly. So
But
like
the
once
culture
again,
is there.
people are being people have been set in a trap, and generationally, we are continuously having babies and raising our kids in the trap, and we even call
It's a
these fucking
generational curse.
spots the
Yes.
trap. You know what I'm saying? So
It's the cycle.
that's what I'm saying. Just because
The
you are
cycle.
raised in the goddamn jungle, don't mean you gotta act like a beast. Every
But if
animal in
that's
the
all you
jungle,
know, look at Tarzan. Tarzan
every
was raised
animal
in
in the
literal
jungle is not a
jungle.
beast. Every animal in the jungle is not a beast, bro.
Okay, I understand that, but they not human though. So even with someone,
Every
like
human in the ghetto is
the
not. It's not
Tarzan,
every
he was
nigga in the
born in
ghetto is
the
not a
ghetto. I mean, in
gangster.
the ghetto, in the jungle.
We might as well say, look, we might as well say this: if you
And
raised
look
in the
at his
hood, there's
culture.
no hope. We might as well say, if you raised in the hood, there's no hope. There's no hope for the people in the hood because you raised in the hood. Might as
No,
well just
I
say that.
don't think so. No, because there's always no. That's not what I'm saying. It's up to the individuals. It's some
Exactly.
people
So it
who
don't
like
matter
that
your
shit and don't
environment.
want
If
to
yo
do better. And then there's some
people
people who are seeking knowledge and resources to get out of that culture,
But
to
if
get
you
out of
love
that
that culture,
mentality.
if you love it, and that's what you want to do with your
That's the
life,
people that are people.
you see nothing wrong with it. So that's why I'm saying you have people who don't want to live that life, and you have people who do. You have people who live that life, and then they grow up, and now they change their lives, and now they trying to stop people from doing the same shit that they was doing. You know what I'm
Like
saying?
me.
Because when you do get
Like in
educated,
you.
when you get
Like
educated and
us.
wise, you start to try to educate other people and tell them, look, man, this
Yeah.
ain't the life you need to be living and shit like that.
Right.
But this is why we try to reach the youth and reach certain people and get to however many individuals we can get to, because we know we can't save everybody. Everybody
No, we
don't want to be
can't.
saved.
And we're
You know what
not.
I'm saying?
Because there's people who
But
don't want to be saved.
and that's what I'm saying. So this is not a
There's so many people who feel
that's
like what
not
they're doing is cool. It's what
we know
it
A is
is.
singular. We know A is singular. So when we say the black community, we're talking about the black people being one community. And that's what I'm telling you. If you got niggas who don't give a fuck about you, niggas that bust your head, don't they target black people target other black people. How are they a part of your same community? Like why would you why are we just because they got black skin? Like no, bro. Like you have 1,000 niggas, but you got motherfucking 100 different ideologies. Everybody don't think the same, don't eat the same, don't like the same music. Some black people don't even like rap. Some black people can listen to jazz and listen to country because we're all not the same fucking people. And that's what I'm saying. Hispanics separate themselves based on nationality. All right, we don't do that shit. We just say, "Hey, y'all, come on, everybody, let's get together and put ourselves all in." Like, no, everybody is not the same. And
Yeah,
so that's
we
why I'm
do
saying
the
there
same
came,
thing because you got the Ethiopians, you got the real Africans, you have
but you
all
would never
types of
have,
people.
and
You
that's what
got
I'm saying. So
Belizeans.
you can
It's
never have
like just
unity.
because your skin look like we do the same stuff, Co. So what it do?
But that's what I'm saying. There can never be unity if you going for the fucking Bulls and I'm rooting for the Lakers. Okay, we're going against each other. So there can never be unity if everybody's not on the same page. Is what I'm saying. So it can't be a community. It can't be a community. There's multiple communities. You got your gang community. You got your hip hop community. You got your skateboard community. You got your it's different
But
communities. We
the
can't
most
just put all of us under one blanket because everybody don't want to be under that fucking blanket. Everybody don't want to. You can't put me under there because the color you didn't give me the color of my skin, so you're not gonna tell me what the fuck I can do with it. I don't want to be a part of that. Why? Because there's too much negativity and death associated with that. That's why I don't want to be a part of it. I'm a pro-life. I like life. I want to hear positive things. I want to be around positive people. I don't want to fucking go to a club, get fucked up, and be around a bunch of niggas who just want to. get aggressive and like,
It's
no,
all
bro,
learned.
like,
It's
and it
all
don't
learned
matter what it
behavior.
is. You know, I can be at a barbecue, I can be
It's
at a
learned
park. I,
behavior.
I'm not trying to be around that. You know what I'm saying? And as
See
a
the backyard boogie oogie, the backyard barbecues, the family reunions, the so much more. Joy saying the thing is we can't save everybody. Everybody's not going to make it. So for the ones who are, and that's the ones we're gonna worry about. It basically because it's
yeah,
true. It's just true. And a lot of times people are not told these things. People don't have like these role models around them all the time unless they go to school or unless they really is searching for that. Or you might know someone in the hood that got it like that, but they'll be out of the hood. Well, when people want to leave,
no, it's a
and
lot of niggas in every hood. Every single hood got a prophet, a hood prophet. Every single hood got even young niggas who be trying to wake niggas up and all that type of shit. So it's just like me. I might have a younger cousin or something, and maybe I had a conversation with this nigga, and that he be talking to his friends and all that type of shit. Like there's a lot of people in the hood who are very conscious. You know what I'm saying? Who are very aware, who are very knowledgeable. But once again, it go back to the resources. It go back to not to having to get it out the mud mentality. Why do we always have to get it out the fucking mud? So we making it harder for ourselves because we rather go and spend money on Gucci, all this other shit, instead of helping each other succeed and
that's
create
that's the
businesses and, and,
problem
and,
right
and those type of
there.
things. And that's
That's
what I'm saying.
it.
See,
It's so much.
once
It's so unfortunate because people are not used to having these things. It becomes a competition against each other. That yeah, look at my Benz, even if it's a '97. Because I see you dudes and females be trying to have y'all little,
you know what's crazy though,
2001 Benz, thinking y'all just big whipping on mother suckers. But that's what's happening out here. That is exactly what's happening out here. I remember when so I went to school at Chatsworth. Okay, so it's the Valley. I went to school in my middle school years and the beginning of my high school years. So I am also, I was being bussed out there from the hood. And it was just different. At that time as a youngster, I didn't like it. I mean, I liked the diversity. I felt like I just couldn't relate. So what did I do? I go to Dorsey. Okay. Dorsey, wow, what a big culture change. Just in school alone. Okay. You got individuals who thought that because I have a Gucci belt with a Gucci purse, I am the most popular motherfucker in this bitch. Nothing else Gucci. And the purse be like a wallet purse. Please, like, check your standards. Like, come on now. That does not make
and that
you a
shit don't
baller.
be
It does not
and
make
that
you
shit
better
don't
than
be
me.
real
Why was
either.
that such a big deal?
That
You
shit
know
don't
what
be
I'm
real, no
saying?
way. That should be fake, man. They be
The
coming to
hood
school
is
with fake
fashion.
knockoff shit.
The
Real
hood is
shit, my nigga.
fashionable.
They not
I
coming with no real shit. But look at though, I know we don't really like to,
like that
like really compare other cultures, I mean other races, whatever you want to call them, of people to us. But we can say we've been in the ghetto for generations and we just had this mentality. When all these immigrants been poor for they countries is way poorer than our communities. They been poor and fucking super poor for generations, but they come over here, my nigga, and they do way better than us. And that's all of the fucking the
one.
Africans, the Asians, the Hispanics, the Europeans. And it don't matter. Even the black Europeans
Well, do
come
you
over
think
here.
what is this target on us? I mean, because now we could go to what he was saying
Wait a
about
minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. We just clearly talked about how a lot of us is on some bullshit. So they're not we're targeting each other. We're the
no,
ones
I'm
who are not
saying in the
we're the
corporate
ones who are
world.
not
I'm
nobody
sure
have
people
to
have heard in the corporate
nobody have to
world,
target
it's
us.
hard to like even the black person make less money, and it's like the opportunities are very. It's more difficult to achieve. I don't know. You could blame it on Jim Crow. I don't know. But what I do know is it becomes difficult for people of black color or whatever to be successful because the government or whatever we're targeted by is not allowing that to happen.
Wait a minute. Don't you have
Only
an
I guess
LLC?
so.
Don't you have an LLC?
Yes, I do.
Now, how hard was it for you to get it? I'm quite sure it was quite easy.
It was.
So
It was.
that's how hard the government is making it for black people to create business. That's how hard. It's not fucking hard. We just talked
Well,
about a lack of
business. You don't know
education.
how
Look,
successful my business is gonna be. Do you
we
even know
just
if
talked.
my
It
LLC
doesn't
is
matter.
making
It
money?
doesn't matter. It don't. What I'm
It
saying is
matters.
it do it. Look, we can't say that they're trying to stop us, but it's so easy for us to open a business. It don't matter. Like we can come with excuses for, well, if we do this, but we're not trying. We're not actually. And it is black people who do have successful businesses. There's a lot of black people with successful
It is. It's
businesses. So we can. And so that's
a
what I'm saying.
great amount of black
What
successful
separate what
businesses.
separate them from other black people? I mean, goddamn, if they
That
can do it,
part.
we see. We're not
Like
looking
and
at them.
I.
We're
Uh,
looking at LeBron. We're looking at LeBron. We're looking at Jay-Z. We're not looking at the black successful business owners in our communities or in our
correct.
cities or whatever. We're not looking up to them. All right,
And it
we
takes
making it
money
seem
to
like
make
it's so
money.
hard for us, and it's not. It's really not hard for us, bro. Because I see black people everywhere, nigga, on Shark Tank, on all type of shit, nigga. I see black companies every fucking where, so it's not hard for us to do.
Joey is saying, did you know the immigrants are giving money once they come over here? They do not just pop up with stores off, off GR money.
Well, what do niggas do when we get our income tax checks and shit like that? Like, I mean, we can. And look, they not getting that much money because it'd be like four, five families living in one fucking house, bro. All right, so what I'm saying is, we get money. When you look up motherfuckers who spend the most money, it's black women. Okay, so we get
Income
money.
tax is
Look at.
different from working, so it's a lot of people who don't work and don't get that money.
It doesn't matter though. Out of everybody in the United States, black women spend the most fucking money. Okay, and this is statistical facts. So
I think rich
that's a
people
lie because they don't
spend the
spend money.
most
That's how
money.
they don't spend money. This is how they
Rich
get richer.
people spend the most money because they have
No,
it.
they don't.
I'm
No,
so
they
tired
don't.
of
No, they
black
does
women
miss. A
being
person with 10 million. Look,
accused of this bullshit.
no, these are just excuses. A person
It's
with
so
10,
many different
a
races of
person,
women that spend big fucking money. It's
Doug
always
Miss,
the black woman. Like she
Doug
doesn't
Miss,
deserve it. The black woman deserves it too.
Doug Miss. Nobody in business spends their own money, Douglas. Millionaires don't spend their own fucking money. They spend the bank money and use credit. Okay, so look, a person with $10 million don't they not comfortable with 10. They want 100. So they don't spend fucking money like that until they get they got their money up so they can play with the big boys. A person get a couple $1 million, nigga, he's trying to take that 2 million and turn it into 10 and turn the 10 into 20. All right. So that's how rich people think. They don't get a few $1 million and say, oh, okay, let's time to start spending money. Only black people from the ghetto do that shit, these rappers and shit, when they get on. But rich people do not spend money like that until they got big boy money. And they still don't spend their money. They're spending the bank money. They're using credit and shit. They're
Yeah,
not
but they
spending their
spend
fucking
their
money.
money to get the credit. You know you gotta pay
It
that shit.
doesn't matter. They're not spending their money. We're talking about out of pocket money. We're talking about, I'm telling you, rich people do not spend money, duh. They do
You
not
still
spend money
need to
like that.
know
Only poor people do because we want to have the status of somebody who made it. So
that
yes,
part.
we get money and we go and buy things so we can have
But with
nice things.
no, it's so it's
You know,
wow.
we
Okay,
talked
let me
about
read
growing
this
up.
real quick.
We talking
Let me
about
read
growing
this.
up with nothing. We talking about growing up with nothing. So when somebody who grew up with nothing their whole life come across a little money, it can be $10,000. So they finna go buy them a new car and all that because they ain't never fucking had shit. So yes, they just blew $10,000, nigga, in 2 months. I know people who done got um money from loved ones passing away and all that 70 racks 100 racks a month, like 2 6 months later niggas is broke. All right, because we ain't never had shit. Rich people don't do that. They don't just go out and spend money on shit. Like, no, they used to having shit. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to the power, once again, look how many black people go and spend thousands of dollars on chain, men and shit. And now the women is doing it. All these women and shit got all these necklaces with these pendants, big ass pendants and shit. Like, but look how many people go spend money on necklaces, on cars, customize their whips and all this type of shit. Like, as a so-called community, that's what I'm saying. There is no community because no money's flowing in. Everybody's doing for self. That's not a community. Everybody's doing for self. So we have to really look at these people because I don't give a fuck what immigrants get. When they come over here, they put their shit together and make that shit work. Few years from now, the motherfuckers be driving around in brand new SUVs, trucks, all that type of shit, Nissans and shit. Like we don't do shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
That man is saying you do not have to spend money to build credit, right? Um, then how do you build your credit? Elaborate
But
some more.
look, you build your
I
credit
need to know.
by spending other people's money.
Right, but you have to pay that money back.
Yes, but you still
So
get.
that means you have to spend money to build your credit.
Listen. If you wanted,
On,
listen.
people.
If you needed
You
$10 million right
spending
now,
their
my nigga,
money, but you gotta pay it back
listen,
unless
thug,
you got a loan or something.
listen to what I'm saying, bro. All right. If you trying to do a business venture and you need $10 million, how are you going to get the money for this business venture? You use a line of credit. The fucking business pays itself off, bro. Nobody is going to get in the fucking
Yeah,
credit
the
line.
money that needs to be paid back
Listen to me.
for
Look, if
that
I got
credit.
listen, if I got $0 in my
Regardless
pocket,
of how it comes, you still gotta pay the
Doug,
shit back.
listen, if I got $0 in my pocket and I get some money from you so I can create something to make money, right? It doesn't matter if I pay you your money back. At the end of the day, my shit went from zero to something. And I'm not even spending $1 of my money, but my shit is steady growing and growing and growing. So you saying paying it back, but you don't understand that whatever your venture is, it's paying it off. It's not like a car where you just buy the car and you drive it around. No, nigga, you buy the car and you rent that motherfucker out. You're
Yeah,
not
it's
paying for
generating
shit.
money.
Listen, you're
It's
you're not paying
generating.
for shit. The people who are renting your car is paying for this shit. You're not paying for
But if
nothing.
you had an unsuccessful business, guess what? You
We're
gotta
not
pay
talking
for the
about if
shit.
so. We okay, I understand that, but we're not
All
talking
right,
about
well,
ifs.
that's
I'm
all
just
I'm
saying, I'm just showing you how
You gotta
credit you
clear
can
that up because you do
you
got
can you can use credit to make money without spending money.
true.
Because it don't matter if
That's
I'm spending
cool.
your money, it's
Okay,
not
I
mine.
get you there, but you gotta have a successful business money generator in order
Yeah,
to do
that's
that.
of course, that's with anything. I mean, shit, if you buy a pound of bud and your hustle ain't right, nigga, you ain't gonna
That
make no
part.
money.
There we go.
So
That's
yeah,
that's the business 101 right here at Clash of Thoughts. Like real talk. It takes money to make money.
but you
Period.
don't have to spend your money. That's why I'm saying if I'm not spending my money, but I'm buying shit, but I never spend $1, other people are paying this shit off. Other people are paying this shit off for
Yeah,
me.
that's
I'm
the
not spending
dopeness. The
nothing.
dopeness is real right there. Yeah, that's true.
Exactly. That's smart.
Studies
That
said
is that
black
is
people
being
spend
smart.
over 90 billion a year. We spend more money than any other race.
Yes. And not with each other.
I like how
Well,
you said we though, because it's not just the black women. Trust and believe. Okay?
no,
Trust.
but I said they spend the most. They spend more than black men do. Black women spend more than black men don't go out.
Ooh,
Well, they
soft
do
credit,
now. They
hard
go out and buy
credit.
purses now. But don't you know women shit is expensive, nigga? Them heels, like real shit. Like, nigga, that should be thousands and what a purse, a dress, nigga, that should be thousands and thousands of dollars. Like Dolce and Gabbana and all that type of shit. That ain't no cheap shit. Like when the woman got on,
That's self
man, ain't
esteem.
no cheap
Like
shit.
self worth. It's just it's so deep.
And women are known for
So
having more
deep.
money than men, period. Women are known for making more money than men, having more money than men, period. Because when you look at families and stuff like that, it's the women are always doing good. The
For the
women
people that's watching,
they always got a spot, they always got a car, they always, you know what I'm saying? Like
always that the niggas be
it be the guys in the
coming
family, it be the guys in the family and shit who be
to
fucking up and all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So um yeah, that's a fact. Women is known to have more money than men.
It's a difference between soft credit and hard credit. Have you heard of such a thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I haven't. So diving in the juice, you always find out some shit. So I'm gonna have to Google this and I'm gonna have to study more so on it. You know what I mean? Because that is something that we should have been taught in high school or middle school. The whole shebang is how credit actually works. You start a business. You have to you okay. So I'm reading this, y'all. You start a business. You have to have a business plan. You need to be able to know the numbers because it's a number game. Yeah, it is. If you
Yeah.
don't know that, then you will not get anything from anyone. Yes, y'all, proposals, business
Mhm.
plans, presentation. You know, how, like, why should I invest in you? Like, who are you? What, how can I get my money back? It's always, even when you look at Shark Tank, you
Hey,
know, and
but even look,
these different
just to
things,
show
they
real quick,
very
to show,
fiery what the numbers are, and
look,
how
I'm a,
am I going to make this money back if I give you 2 million to start your
but you
company?
know, a lot of
Can
times
I get a percentage, or the
you don't
percentage
even
of
have to
their
do
work?
that nowadays
Yeah.
because see, the government got it set up to where once you get an LLC, automatically, my nigga, you are approved for a line of credit. Now the government have hella grants. They have hella grants. If you need to go to school, if you need equipment, all that
Yeah,
type of shit, they would give you the money for it. And this is what I'm telling people. It's not fucking hard to start a business and get this shit. It's not hard. The government have plenty of programs and shit to help people with their businesses and stuff like that.
you know what I think, the narrative need to change. I don't think it's they that's stopping, the culture from growing and expanding. It is this saying of you have to go to college is what's
Or
fucking.
even
Like,
the differences
honestly,
in our
you have to
schools.
go to college is what's fucking us. You have to get a good job. All these things that we've been taught. You need a job. You need to go to college. You know, when you're working for individuals that own this company, is up to the individual who owns the company. Unfortunately, there is a lot of white people or people, hey, I'm of other races that have these big corporate companies that are hiring over like 100+ employees or whatever. You know what I mean? To make shit happen. Now there we go, right there. Is it the government or is it the people that's actually owning these businesses? Have we been
It
taught
ain't even.
wrong
It's not
over and
even
over
him.
just college and jobs instead of
No,
actually credit and business? You know what I mean? To
no,
create
because
your
big
own
businesses.
businesses to be more, successful in that realm.
But no,
Instead
big
of people
businesses are
saying, "Oh, we
behind a
can't
lot
do
of small businesses.
this,
If,
we can't grow in this company." Well, because you're working for somebody else.
well, big businesses, they are associated with the small businesses. A lot of big businesses, they go and buy stock and shit in the smaller businesses, and then they end up owning these motherfuckers. So we be looking at these smaller companies and shit like that. But a lot of these smaller companies who are making a fucking way up there, they have these big businesses, the big corporations behind them, because it's industry. You get pulled into an industry. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? You get
Yeah,
pulled
we
into
can
an
do that.
industry.
Like how
So
stuck in a green light about to be in a couple of months. Well, probably less than a couple. I'm gonna say probably in a month. But y'all see what I'm talking about. But
yeah, because
anyway, yeah, yeah.
it's
It's supply
yeah.
and demand. You have to have something that the
It's a
people.
look. It's really it's a lack of education, man. Because see,
That's facts.
even
I
without
think that's just what it is right there in the
e-
black community is the
even without
ignorance and the
college,
lack
even
of
without college,
education.
our schools are completely different. If your child go to an inner city school,
And it is going out of style.
it's so different from
Ooh,
from the suburban schools. The
so different.
suburban schools, they kids get taught credit and shit like that in high school, junior high school. It's just the inner
See?
city schools, we don't get taught that. It's a lack of
They,
education, and
oh
that's
my
why we
God.
call that shit indoctrination. And it's up to the parents to be
Yes.
educated on certain things so they can teach their kid
Yes.
whatever the fucking school system is not.
Yes.
We can't really blame the
Yes.
school system for
And
what
the
our kids
schools in
don't
these
know.
black communities, and I say black because it's like dominantly. You know what I mean? That's where the black terminology came from when the ghetto is called the black community. I already have my podcast about the labeling of saying that you're black, saying that you're African American. All that shit need to be erased, people. It's so deep. And diving
White
into
people do the same shit.
hmm?
White people do the same shit. Like a white person would tell you, I'm white. You know what I'm saying? So they don't call themselves only motherfucker like the white people here, the Americans. They don't call themselves German and Russian or none of that shit. They call themselves white. We call ourselves black, and white people call
That's
them. So
so
they'll tell you
stupid.
white power and all that. So that's what I'm saying. It's not bad that we call ourselves black. That's what I'm telling people. America is a black and white thing, my nigga, and we're all being fooled by the same fucking hand. We're all being fooled by the same hand. Like it,
College is I'm gonna
it's
sum it up,
funny.
Joey. College is a networking thing. I
It's a
concur.
brotherhood. It's a
Yes,
brotherhood. It's a
yes, I
brotherhood and sisterhood.
concur. It's a document that is good to have. I mean, I'm not knocking. I have my degree, it's whatever. But ooh, what I learned. Ooh, that's the next show. That's the next show. What I learned from having this degree. Okay, CO. Oh Lord. Kanye West touched up on it on I think it was College Dropout album. He had touched bases on some good dialogue. And I'm not encouraging people not to go to college. If you are a person who like to learn and expand and do it in a more institutional kind of way, hey, by all means. But what about when you do get that degree and you work so hard and then you work for a company, okay, that the owner already have their cousin ready for that position and they don't have none of the degree or none of the experience that you have. Like, this shit is real, people. Like, I think moving forward in our community, I think that it's important to teach our children, like, how can we teach them if the parents don't know? It's just so much.
Yeah,
It's so
it's work.
much.
It's work we don't want to do. It's
It's
like I
crazy.
said, like the Hispanics and shit, like the Mexicans. They farm and they work hard and shit like that. Like we it's like we don't want to do the hard work. We as parents, the parents don't want to do the hard work of getting that education and shit because there's other things we're more concerned about. We're busy talking about celebrities and basketball games and Super
Yeah,
Bowls and who
yeah,
performed at this and da 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 da. Da. It's like
it's
we're wasting.
crazy. Diggle,
No other race sit around and do that shit, my nigga. They
get
have
out your
goals, they get
head.
into it, and they live in life. You
It's
know what I'm saying?
ignorant.
So we
Ignorant.
we yes, and this is why we are so-called being targeted because the weak link
Yeah.
is going to get targeted, nigga. The weakest
Yeah.
motherfuckers is gonna get
That's
targeted.
fucking dope. Oh, that's dope. Man, and this is what makes Stuck in a Green Light different. See, it's not a victim cry or clash of thoughts. All the shit. It's not I'm a victim. It's more so I am the fucking problem. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you cannot keep blaming other races and cultures when we are choosing to do these things, when we are choosing to stay in this predicament, in this situation,
And keep each other in it
and keep each
because
other in it. And then
because
you
our
want to get
leaders,
mad at somebody who's growing, who is bold enough to go after their dreams. See, y'all, you know,
our leaders know this. They're not teaching us either. The school's not teaching us. The black leaders are not teaching us. The black millionaires who know about credit and how this business shit work. That's what I'm saying. Fuck your money. They're not even coming back to the communities or to their hoods to teach people how to get it. To teach motherfuckers. Bring a
because they
fucking
don't care
credit advisor to the hood,
what
my nigga, so he can sit down with motherfuckers and show them how to, you know what I'm saying, get their shit right and how to. But it's not just it's that's what I'm saying. If we gonna hold anybody accountable, we have to hold ourselves accountable because
yeah, that's
instead
so
of us pulling ourselves out of it or even wanting to get out of it, we blaming other people just because they not where we are. Like, and they were when they was back home. How the fuck niggas come to your country with no green card? I mean, with no social security numbers, none of that shit. But they able to get all the shit that you can't get without a social because you
yeah,
was never
because
taught about credit.
it goes generation. They
No, you would
already
never.
have people here.
You would
You
never
know
talk.
what?
You would.
Look, back in
You
the
were
day,
never
I
taught
used
about
to
credit and how credit
look,
works. You know what I'm saying?
look.
It's certain things, finances,
Can I
credit,
say this before I
land, real estate. It's certain things that we are not taught about.
forget?
You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter what they do or what they don't do, what they got or what they don't got. It doesn't change what we have or what we don't have. Because we got every resource that every other race. We have them
Yeah,
same
but not
resources.
necessarily though. Not necessarily. Like when I started a business, that shit would like I would ask people who got business. They don't even fucking want to tell me shit. Like when the PPP loans came out, why do people in our community act like this? That every connection is theirs, like mine. When this is a fucking business person who do business with everybody. Just
They
because
want to
you
feed
know
off
this
of you.
person is not your connect. We got to talk about the whole my connect. That is the most hater shit ever. If I ever hear anybody talk about my connect, mine, my people, my connect. That's some hater shit. Because it's like that is the reason why we're the way we are. You got individuals that you can't even say, "Hey, boo, where you get that shirt from?" They don't even want to share where they got the shirt from or nothing. Like this is what and ooh, like I just have a problem with the way we treat each other in this motherfucker. And I know that I've been worsely treated in my own community by my own fucking people that look like me and you. I've been called niggas, bitches. I done got into fights. I done been so talked about. I done been like the anger, the rage that people have around, especially some of these females. You know, we always talk about like females and on the West Coast and this and that, not making it. Like I'm telling you, I'm amongst us, and our attitudes need a motherfucking remake. It's a lot of attitudes that I see in this area that concerns me. A lot of look for real, a lot of lack of respect, a lot of lack of respect for self, how you look, your image. I'm talking about the female rappers. I'm talking about the
Hey,
female entertainment on in the hood, wherever you come from. You need to check the way you look, your fashion sense, your the way you come at people, the way you handle business when things don't come your way. This yelling and oh demanding, snapping, that's my thing. Like we need to stop the stereotype shit. But it's happening.
and
You know,
that's what I'm
it's
saying.
not
No, see,
healthy.
but
It's
that's
not
what I'm
going to work.
saying.
We're
That's
not going to be
stereo.
successful with this hood ass mentality and this
But
fucked
look at
up
this
ass attitude that you
stereotypical,
have, and
this
the fact that you
stereotypical
don't want to help
shit.
nobody. It's my connect. It's my event. It's
Look,
my
this
this. Like
stereotypical
what the
shit.
fuck is this? That's just I just can't stand it. I'm sorry. I got a little passionate about the situation, but it bugs me. It just bugs me. That's why this whole movement. Period. Period. So sorry, but Joey said we are generations deep in lack of education, and now we want to try to push forward and
Wait a
feed the
minute.
ones under us when you know, hey, make it make sense. You feel me? Make it make sense.
Hey, look, hold on real quick. I gotta disagree, Uncle Joey, because look,
All right, let's get it. Let's go. Let's come with
yeah,
the truth.
we're not generations in. Our grandparents was teaching us shit, nigga, remedies, gaming us on shit, and all that type of shit. Our grandmothers. Okay, so just because our kids and shit like and these young niggas don't really have grannies and shit, but we had grandparents and older uncles and aunties, and you know, my daddy's 70 years old. All my uncles and family members on that side is in their 60s and shit. You know what I'm saying? So we get the game. We like we've been getting shit. Even our grandparents. You know how many black people own land in the South for generations until the industrial age, the industrial period, when motherfuckers wanted to move out west, out east, Midwest for better jobs. All right. So when grandma and grandpa passed away, they done, they grandkids done met somebody and got married and had kids in LA. Like they don't want to move back. So they end up selling the fucking properties and all this type of shit. Like this is facts. All right. So we've had land for generations in the South. My our grandparents and shit was gaming us on all. If you had a grandparent and you around my age, my nigga, like you got game. You was getting hella game. Like I said, remedies and all that. Motherfuckers can tell you how to heal shit because grandma, it's been working since a fucking kid. How many black people drink ginger ale when the fuck they stomachs hurt or they got an upset? Like,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? Because why? Because this shit like this get passed down to us, motherfuckers. You know, you got kidney stone or something. You fucking, you know, you drink some fucking baking soda and some water. Like we we've been getting, so it hasn't been for generations. This is some new shit with, because even us, Joey, you already know we had OGs and all that. We had OGs like Ziggy and a lot of other niggas who wouldn't even let certain niggas get into trouble or get into things, especially like little sports players and all that type of shit. They encourage you not to be ditching school and not to be running these streets and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we had G's, we had grandparents, we had motherfuckers who tried to game us and stuff. These young niggas not having no G's to teach them or not. This shit is new. This shit is new, bro. So I mean, we have. That's what I'm saying. As a community, as a so-called community, what are we doing as a whole to change things? Absolutely nothing, because everybody's not on the same page. You know what I'm saying? But they don't have to. Nobody have to do nothing to us. We're doing it to ourselves.
Yeah,
You know how many people in the projects right now got a
that's
fucking ten
true.
thousand, 15, twenty thousand
So
dollar car
true.
sitting in the parking lot? You know how many niggas in the projects walk around with 200, 3, 4, 500 pair of Jordans on every single day, but you're in the project, you live in the projects. Niggas riding around in nice cars on rims and shit, but you live in the projects.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just weird to see that dynamic. You know, a nigga come outside and I'm seeing all these nice cars and shit, and I'm like, but damn, we in the we. I thought we were supposed to be poor people. You know, motherfuckers don't want to invest that money and take that money
Priorities
and
are
do
all
something.
messed up. Like priorities
Yeah,
are messed up. Well, we're in this infatuation of, BET and music videos. Remember the box? But yeah,
yeah.
we just, into what we see that these black people have that is considered, balling. Little do you know, they don't even own they are handed this shit most of the time because they're celebrities. They don't even really pay for the shit that they rock anyway. You can ask anybody, Kim Kardashian, whatever. They are always gifted, given. Can you rock this? Because I know when you do, we're gonna get the people in the hood and everybody to think that that's what you need. Like Balenciaga. Like, I mean, no hate, no shade. If y'all want to pay me for even mentioning y'all, that's what's up. But come on now. It's just too expensive for what? Socks with a hard bottom. And y'all know that they ain't even cute. And the Yeezys, them motherfuckers, and I'm not hating. I'm just saying, like, this stuff costs so much money. People don't care how it look. It could be like, I think, honestly, like, knowing Kanye, I think he do this shit on purpose. I think
No,
he
he
does.
do.
I
It's a
think he
business
does.
strategy, bro. It's a business strategy. Broke people are gonna
Yes,
get the knockoff.
he does
Bro,
it on purpose. He'll make
it,
whatever he know is fucking ugly. He know, but he want to see how we are. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people, like, what, community, like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? It's very deep. When you got
and
your homeboy that
the
got his
average person
clothing
you see,
line and you don't
the
even
average
want
person
to
that you see
purchase
with
a
high
$20
fashion
fucking
shit is
shirt from
fake.
your homeboy. It makes me angry
That shit is fake.
because we
These
be
niggas do
doing
not
so
be
much
having
good.
real Gucci and shit, bro. You know how much that shit costs? These niggas don't be having real Gucci and shit. These niggas do not be having real Yeezys and shit. Like, you know how there's people who spot fake shoes from a mile away. It's fake Jordans. It's fake every single popular fucking shoe, watch, purse, whatever. There's knockoffs. Especially LA, nigga, all over LA. You can go downtown and get any fucking thing you want. Knockoff. You know what I'm saying? These people be ordering shit from China and shit, nigga. Just because it looked like the real thing to you, a person with the real thing can spot and be like, nigga, that's a fake. But when you a broke, when you a nigga with a little bit of money around a bunch of broke niggas, nobody is going to spot that you got a fake Gucci belt. Everybody think it's real. You know what I'm saying? Everybody think your watch is real, your jewelry is real because nigga, we not jewelry experts and shit. Nigga, we not even in the jewelry like that to be able to just look at some shit and tell. But these experts, they can. Motherfuckers who got real shit, the real thing, they can look at your shit and they ain't even gotta say nothing. They know you a fraud. But we
Yeah.
don't know that. We don't know that. We looking at these people thinking that this nigga got on real Gucci shoes and shit. These niggas go in when they do have real Gucci, I swear to God, they go in there and buy shit off the clearance racks and shit. On my mama, nigga, they go in there and get shit on sale. They're not going in the Gucci store getting some up to date shit. Nigga, they getting shit 5 years old and shit that's on sale, nigga. 60, 70% off and shit.
But see, people like this shit. That's why that not like you said, Joey. Like, we don't want to hear this shit. It's like, it's so fucking true and it's fucked up, But not everybody. It's people that is going to hit, is going to register with. A lot of people just want to stay asleep. Why? Because it's comfortable. How do you feel when you sleep and somebody wake you out of your sleep and you having a good ass sleep? You're gonna be a bit irritable. Like, damn, I
And
was,
you can't, and
you know.
you can't see people who want to be successful in this system. right? It's people. That's those are people who believe in the American dream. And
I like
yes, you
that.
cannot experience the American dream if you're awake. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of
It's
motherfuckers
so
turn
crazy,
a
man.
blind eye because they believe in the system. They believe in the American dream. You know what I'm
And
saying?
what is the American dream? I know
It's
what
going
it
from,
is,
yeah, it's
but
going
what
from nothing to
people,
something.
but no, what people think it is unfortunate. Having a Benz is an American dream, unfortunately, to some people. Having that
No,
big ass
that's
chain on your neck is the American dream.
no,
Having
what you
bitches
no,
fucking on you because you got
no, that's
money.
it, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if a motherfucker, if people are making up shit in their head, then they got mental issues. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the American dream is about like immigrants or motherfuckers who start from a bottom. You started as the
Motherfucker
janitor
from
in
the
this
top.
company,
Right,
and then
right.
one day, one day you the fucking CEO. Like that's what the American dream is. Going from the bottom and working your way up. You know what I'm saying? And overcoming your achievement. I mean, just seeing your achievements and your goals come true and all that type of shit. And overcoming adversity and all that type of shit. That's what the American dream is about. That's why a lot of immigrants come here because they can come here with nothing, and then these motherfuckers ended up being managers at McDonald's and Taco Bell and fucking Panda Express and all this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? You came over here with nothing. Shit, 8 months later, now you the manager of a whole store.
Mm-hmm. That
And yes,
part.
uh, nepotism is a real thing. You can bring when you have a company, you can hire whoever the fuck you want to hire. It's your company.
Higher. Yeah,
So if
regardless,
I
like
want
that
to hire my
degree
brother, if I
is
want to
only
hire my
good for
brother
so
over you,
long
nigga, I
in
can.
some places.
Yeah, and that's
Real
what I'm
talk.
saying, bro. If you don't like how a company, it's like working for a company. If you don't like how they treating you, quit and find somewhere else to work. Find a place that do like it. If you
And
don't
then
like how certain companies
it's
are being
stuff like
ran, nigga,
parents that was scared to quit jobs or scared to talk a certain type of way to their
that's some
supervisor.
personal problem. That's some personal shit. Those are
Yeah,
inner things.
like
Tho- Those some people have problems within that they need to get professional help for and things of that
yeah,
nature.
it's a lot. It's a
You know
lot.
what I'm saying?
It-
So
yeah,
if
it
you
gets
scared, go
deeper.
to church.
There's
You know what
levels
I'm
to
saying?
this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if
It's
you scared, go to
levels.
church. Shit.
Black people, the American dream has been American nightmare.
But we can't say that. Look, ever since Jackie Robinson and Kareem and like nigga, we have had black heroes, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, nigga, we have had black heroes for a long time. So you gotta understand, Martin Luther King didn't own a microphone or a camera, so the white man let him borrow his shit for them speeches. Same with Malcolm X. Malcolm X never owned a stage in his life, nigga. So when them white people let him borrow, they
How
let
you
him
know
borrow
they
their
didn't know how to
cameraman.
connect and somebody jacked somebody for that stuff and they knew to connect? Every ghetto has connects.
Yeah, but it don't. That's what I'm saying. It does. We've always had black people who have exceeded in this system. Have you ever black excellence? You can YouTube black excellence, and there's videos about black people who are rich. It's about black, and they not basketball players and rappers and shit like that. Okay, there is some shit called black X. Do you know how many majority black communities there are of rich people, black people with money, my nigga? Like,
Real talk.
oh man, yeah. So just because we looking at each other with nothing, like, damn, we fucked up. Every black people not they not living like that. Like they get to do everything. That's what I'm saying. At the top, it's integrated, right? All these countries, they trade with each other, they do business with each other, they got stock, all these different things. But we don't look at it like that. We're not looking at each other like that. We looking at it like a separation thing. Our people, y'all people. But at the top, it's not like that. And this is why the motherfuckers at the top looking down on us, like, look at these crabs fighting in the fucking barrel. Because that's just the mentality that we
Yeah.
have.
And they
Yeah,
got
but
they
it's a
cigars, they
mind thing.
cognac, and they just chilling.
Look, I finna coin a
Watch
new
play out
saying. I
like the
finna coin a new
purge.
saying right now, bro. So if I ever hear this, I'm gonna beat
That's
your
the
ass because I ain't taking you to court. God damn, I done forgot what the fuck I was going to say. Shit. But that's real though, man. It's
Both of them were shot to death
yeah,
for
we
talking on the microphones. Joey, where you at? You gotta come on the next Clash of Thoughts. You gotta be up here with us on the
But
screen.
Joey, that's the thing though. Look,
Yeah,
Joey, look,
you coming with the fire,
Joey,
man.
Joey. So
Woo!
why are we? So
Joey, you coming next week. You
why do
on.
we have? Why are we celebrating
And both of
rats,
them were shot.
supposedly, right? Because what you telling me is the white man set up a trap and these niggas fell for it. So why do we celebrate motherfuckers like that? All right, because our heroes need to be the motherfuckers who saved the day, not died in the middle of their fucking fight. Because that's not the motherfucking hero. The hero is the motherfucker who actually finished the goddamn fight out and help us get some goddamn where. So we not finna celebrate the motherfuckers who fell for the goddamn trap. Yep, the white man gave him the mic. Yep, the white man gave. Then the white man turned around and shot him. His dumb ass shouldn't have been on the fucking white man's mic. This is what I'm saying, bro. Like we really gotta. We
Damn, what
claim
you
we so smart
mean?
and intelligent and shit, but
Golly.
at the
Woo!
same time, we claim we so smart and intelligent, but at the same time, we turn around and be dumbasses for these motherfuckers. Like, no, I don't believe that, bro. I don't believe that. That's a whole nother talk because uh, I don't believe in shit. I don't believe in nothing. You know what I'm saying? Martin Luther King, I never knew. Malcolm X, I never knew. I don't care nothing about none of them. So
Damn.
I'm just saying whether they got shot or they didn't or they whatever they care. I don't care, bro. I don't care. That shit didn't. Look, we talking about what we can do right now today as a people to help each other. So fuck what they did because it didn't get us. Look at the conversation we having right now. All right, so that's fuck that, man. We gonna nah, we don't want they heroes, nigga. We want to create our own heroes. That's what we want to do. I don't need nobody to give me a hero and put me in front of his camera, his mic, and then shoot him. That's not what we about, nigga. How about we get our own hero and put him in front of our cameras and our mics? Because now we can own cameras and mics and stages and TV channels and websites and shit like that. Now we can. But
Yeah.
like you said earlier, Joey, nobody want to really hear this. They want to
Mm.
hear about the drama. They want to hear about the game. They want to hear about this, that, and the third. Motherfucker. That's why I'm saying, like, whatever
But
fucked up
my,
state
how
we
powerful
in,
and dope you will be if you was to listen to some shit like this. You feel me? Like if
yeah,
you actually follow through and do my, you know. But people be comfortable like these fucked up ass relationships and shit. Knowing the relationship is fucked up, just all the
that
way
shit.
fucked.
Thinking life is something that is not. Thinking, I'm supposed to live this way, or I'm supposed to do this, or I'm supposed to treat her like this, or I'm supposed to
Right.
treat him
Ooh,
like this. Like I said,
I'm
it's a lack of education
shit.
until motherfuckers start really. But people gotta want the education too, because like I said, as a child, unless you had ADD or ADHD or some shit like that, if you just don't care about the school system and you don't want to learn what the school system is teaching you, that's on you. You're the only person with control over that, from kindergarten all the way through
Bitching
as
and
far as you go. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, or even at school, just doing other shit except for getting an education. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, it's an indoctrination, but it's good for you to have. Because if you want to succeed in this system, you got to know what they teach. You got to know they math. You got to know they history. You got to know all of that if you want to succeed in their system. So even though we like, yeah, it's bullshit, but you still got to know it if you want to succeed in this system. You got to know how to play the game in order to get somewhere. You will never beat it. You will
come on.
never beat it, but you still want to get somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, this shit is monopoly. Real shit, nigga. This shit is
Real
monopoly.
shit.
Now everybody get money, nigga. Everybody getting money, bro. Even and it's real. Look, even the poor niggas on the streets make money by begging and all that out the store. And nigga, everybody getting money and everybody spending it. But what are we spending it on? That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's monopoly, nigga.
That's the question.
Everybody getting money, but nigga ain't none of us buying property, nigga. We ain't buying property. We study landing on the government's property, got to pay speeding ticket, parking ticket, this fine, that fine. Yeah, they study getting us, nigga, every little thing we do. Why? Because we don't own none of the property we land on. Roads we drive on. None of that shit, bro.
Hmm.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah. It is very unfortunate. But then you have your success stories, and you have your you know people that are really trying to make a difference. If it's not for others, they're definitely trying to do it for them and theirs. I am happy to hear a lot of conversation of multiple streams of income that's been circulating. I'm hearing, all this confidence about pursuing their dreams and stuff, because I'm still in the hood. So that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still here. I'm still listening to the conversations. I'm still, watching and seeing, even though I'm breaking chains in my own family and what I do. Um, I still feel for those around me because it's like women. I'm just, this is just like hypothetical, like, it's just like, when that hoe be a hoe and then us women be like, oh, you making it bad for us, like, because we're different, but we be getting mistaken as the same. Like, just because we two black women don't mean we the same, just like you saying. So it's the same thing.
Yeah, because you don't want to be represented by the loud ghetto ass black
No, I
woman who don't
don't.
give a
No,
fuck,
I
and that's
work
why.
too hard to be me. And
Yeah,
so when someone meet me and got me fucked up, it's like, well, damn, that's unfortunate. Like the dangers of a one-sided story,
yeah,
because I am definitely not that way. But
yeah.
we
And
get
this shit is
treated
not a team.
that
It's
way,
not a team. See,
you
we looking
know?
at it when
So
we say
deep.
we need to come together and shit like that. We really talking like a fucking team. This is shit a coach tell a team at halftime or before the game. We got to play together and we got to come together if we want to be successful tonight and all this different type of shit. So we kind of,
It's
we have that
kind of like
mentality, but
support.
it's not
I guess
because when
we're
you're,
asking for support.
but no, a team is a community because they all have the same goal in mind tonight to fucking win, and they gonna do whatever they gotta do to win tonight. So everybody gonna play their position, right? So they can get the win. That's a community. Now, is this team against that team? Like they not a part of the same community, but they are because they in the NBA. So y'all under the same umbrella. You know what I'm saying? And shit. So that's what I'm saying. It's a false sense. All this shit is false senses and shit because they on both sides. They controlling both sides. And the only people minds who get caught up is motherfuckers who pick a side.
Mm.
When you pick a side, that's when you get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Because now you participating in the game. You don't have to participate, bro.
You don't. Like, we had a conversation last night and you mentioned something that was very like dope about fucking with everybody. When, like, let's say a war was to go down, why would you want to fuck with people who don't got the resources that you need, like the Hispanics or white people, or if they the ones with the guns, or and they the ones with the food and the survival and the family and the numbers, why would you go against a group of people that are able to help you,
Or not
based
even,
on
not
purpose?
even go against them, but just separate
Yeah, well, no,
ourselves.
just read,
You know,
like,
because
what
when we
was you
say,
saying about that? Because
yeah,
you
you know,
said it.
when we say like Black Lives Matter and shit, and it's like we not including every. It's like we're separating ourselves from everywhere.
Yeah,
It's like okay, we know that y'all struggling and shit too, but we going through it worse. It's like okay, so we're all getting fucked though by the same people. Instead of us arguing with these motherfuckers about they doing us worse, it don't fucking matter. How about we all get together and figure out how to stop getting fucked? Because that's what it's about. It's really not about
that's what we're asking for. That's the unity. That is the demand.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying about come together or to support one another or unity. That's that right there, golden,
Because you might have a Hispanic, you might
golden.
have a Mexican homie, you might have a Mexican homie that got a plug on whatever, and some shit might. They look at it, inflation, and they talking about this new California laws finna, fuck up the trucking industry. So we don't know what our shelves and shit finna be looking like, nigga. We don't know what supplies are finna be looking like in this near future coming up, nigga. Our shelves might be empty with a lot of shit like it was during COVID. All right, so when we got to go to the streets to get our supplies, nigga, who we gonna go to? Even the Jamaicans is gonna be getting shit sent over on boats. Who the fuck we gonna get shit? We gonna go to the Jamaicans and be like, hey brother, we black. We like nigga, you begging now, nigga. Who we gonna go to? All right, so we separating ourselves. Even the Asians, don't forget how much shit come over here from China. So don't you know all of them fucking ships with
The
all
next
them
thing
cargo
on here,
containers and shit, nigga? Them
ooh,
motherfuckers
it's
that got
about to get
food in them.
real.
They have food,
For
water,
real.
guns, bullets, nigga,
They got
armor, nigga,
everything.
medication,
Shit, I
nigga.
need to date me. Okay, don't judge me, but Chinese people, I'm single. What it do?
But that's real shit, man. Just knowing our resources, because we gotta understand that we racist, but every other group of people. Well, I'm gonna just say we are racist though, but everybody's biased.
I think
Everybody
black
have a
people
bias,
are very
towards their
racist.
own people, for their own people. But everybody don't look at your skin color. You a cool motherfucker, my nigga. These Hispanic people, nigga, they fuck with you. These Asians fuck with you. These people like they fuck with you. You
They
cool,
fuck
not
with
like
it's character, the
yeah,
character that you have.
yeah,
You know,
family
you
man.
cool, you fucking
Motherfuckers see
cool.
me with my
Come
family and
over
shit.
here, come over here, have come through. What it do? It's all about character, and that's what's irritating to not just every other culture, but to me as well. Like just this thing of black people being such a victim. So be just want to play victim, and I'm the one, and I'm y'all bullying me, and it just needs to stop, people. Like this is too much. Like it's
Yeah,
just
that's crazy.
overwhelmingly.
We talking about how oppressed we are in America as black people, but look at all these black people with money. Like, look at all these black
Yeah,
people
bad
stunting on each
money.
other. Look
I
at
was
all
just
these black people, like
yeah.
even like in restaurants and shit, like nice restaurants, expensive. You nigga go up in there and be seeing black families. You see black people everywhere. Nigga, they spending 10,000 for a Disney vacation too. Nigga, like you gonna see black people everywhere spending money, spending money, spending money. You know what I'm saying? They business partners
Stuff
be
is
all
about
different
to change
races.
some shit. You better get your shit now because the government ain't playing. You think they're gonna give you guys all this money for no reason? Something going on. You guys need to open up your minds, open up your eyes, your ears. Believe me. And I love this. The pandemic put the world on reset. Make America great again.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Trump, my nigga, on my mama. If he run for
Make
president
America
again,
great again. Hey,
hey,
what
if
can
Trump,
I
look,
say?
I don't vote, my nigga. If Trump running for president again, I just might register and he might get one from me.
What's up? What's up? KKKKKK is up in cyberspace. What is going on? Beautiful, beautiful, and more beautifulnessism. Absolutely. So, I mean, hey, thank you, 100. So in agreement with the whole shabiggity bang, shit, clash of thoughts, shit. It's like a whole nother vibe. You know what I'm saying? It's this was heavy. This was a heavy topic. It just wow. I just at the end of the day, I'm praying for us. My son, I'm fighting for my baby, and it's like, well, what are you doing with a world full of people? And what are you gonna do? Whatever. It's my son who's gonna be the one. You know what I mean? If it only takes one person, it is what it is. You feel me? But I know that this is going to reach others. Look at people commenting in whatever, like, it's a discussion that is so desperately needed. I'm so tired of this. I am. Community, like, let's do better. Like, stop fearing your brother. Stop being mad at each other. What are you mad at?
That nigga
Stop
better stop
hating on
giving me
each
a reason
other.
to fear
Like,
him.
what the
Shit.
fuck is the problem? Give somebody a hug tomorrow. Tomorrow, if you from any of the hoods, just give somebody a hug.
Hey, if you a heterosexual man, make sure if you hug another man that they heterosexual too. That's all. Pride month is over, and I don't want them getting no crazy thoughts. So make sure
PPP.
you know,
PPP loans with no fucking business to add insult to injury. Okay. So you didn't even have to put that money back into any business or anything of that nature. But yes, majority gold chains and fancy cars. When it came down to the whole rioting that went down off of Melrose and stuff. What does a fucking Gucci outfit have to do with the changing of laws and treatment in America? It's just freaking weird.
Look, no, because
It's
at
just
the end of the
weird to
day,
me.
this shit is gonna be when shit die down, nigga. I'm finna sell this and get some money. What the fuck?
That part.
When, like you said, look, everybody have a survival
Mhm.
instinct. Everybody do. It don't matter where you from. Only people that don't really have a survival instinct is the rich. Um, Motherfuckers born with spoons, with silver spoons in their mouths and shit. They couldn't survive on they barely know how to do shit for themselves. You know what I'm saying? So like, but when it comes to people from the streets, we
Mhm.
all have a survival instinct, nigga. I don't give a fuck what goes on. You gonna have motherfuckers who know how to do some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a majority of people like do more crimes and stuff for the lack of like. Imagine when this shit goes down. I just pray that it don't. But from the shit that I've been seeing, hey, I'm not. I wouldn't be surprised if it do. If you rich and you're looking at this, my phone number is 323,
Oh
and
no,
I'll give you a
they
ref.
feeling it too, bro. They feeling it too. The rich people are feeling it too. The only motherfuckers who gonna survive this storm is the motherfuckers in that different tax bracket. Because once again, the dude with $10 million,
Too
he don't
much.
live in the same. The dude with a $10 million, he don't live in the same community where the average income is or the average family is worth 50 million, and they don't live with the 100 millionaires, and the 100 millionaires don't live with the billionaires. You know what I'm saying? So when you start going up to these different
Levels
tax
to this.
brackets and shit like that, only these motherfuckers at the top, these mega millionaires and all that, them the only motherfuckers who really gonna weather this shit. But the millionaires, people with money, business owners, everybody is finna feel this shit because they making everything hot. What you gonna do if you got a product? You gonna raise your price on a bunch of people who don't they paying more in rent and shit. So they don't have the extra money to even buy your product. And then on top of
This
that,
is
you
so
raising the
crazy.
price on it. You know what I'm saying? So like, trust me, bro. Like, ain't nobody safe from this unless you're a part of, the
The
family. You
people
know what I'm
that are
saying?
doing this, the people that are making this shit happen.
It's
Because
not just
it's
here though. It's all
definitely
around the world.
yeah, it's agenda. All of this is planned. It's agenda. It's planned. It is what it is. You know, it just is what it is. When it do come down to something like that, I mean, this is something that we need to think about here. Like,
Well, can we create a
imagine,
community?
imagine
Can we?
the first cities that's gonna like really go to war is the poverty, because people gonna be breaking into your shit trying to get your shit, and then you gonna be trying to shoot. Look, all this stuff was being talked about years ago, and wow, how it's playing out is like wild, man.
Yeah,
From
the only reason,
pandemic, from
but
them pandemic is wild
you're not
situation.
gonna be going to your neighbor's house because
So, CEO,
they're
I'm about
your
to run in
neighbors.
the
You're gonna be going to your neighbor's house because when we try to leave our communities to go to the communities with money, that's where the police got. That's where the police and the military is going to be at. They're going to be in the money areas, blocking these communities off, making sure we don't come to. So we not going to have no choice. But this the
man.
thing. Once again, everybody in your community should be family. It should be a community.
Come on.
So we feed
Like, come
each other, look
on.
out for each other, take care of each other so we can
Come
make it through this
on.
shit. But we don't, once again, we don't have that
There's no
mentality.
way.
Why? Because the person next door to you, just because they don't have black skin or they speak a different language, we're not looking at them as our family or as our resource, as a part of our community. And it's like, bro, like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? They your neighbors, my nigga. Like, I mean, goddamn, you dehumanizing yourself. You know,
Mhm.
you dehumanizing. I'm not human enough to make friends with my neighbors type shit, because I'm black, like, or whatever. Like, are they like, no, bro?
It's like black people really like are they see the shoe and they want to just wiggle in that shoe instead of standing against that shoe and stepping on it and saying, look, this is not me. This is not what I'm about to be doing, bro. Like, I got all this money. I need to open up my own this and my own that. I need to love my neighbor. Like, the different resources is within other cultures and races. You know what I mean? So Hey, you know what I'm saying? It just is what it is, and this shit is real. It's happening. Like we're about to. Everything is rocket high. I mean, then how you gonna raise prices and then have a lack thereof? Like this is freaking crazy. Okay, and that's the conversation that you should be having with your friends, your family, your gangster homies, your partners, and that's killing people. This is fucking ridiculous. The drugs, like that's the drug CO is just there, and it's a problem.
But it's everywhere. That's why it's called the Food and Drug
The
Administration, because
drugs.
it's in the food, it's in the music, it's in the movies, it's everywhere. So when we talk about,
What's up?
what are we gonna do when we
What's
talk
up,
about
Jay
how
Prophet? Love this conversation.
when we talk about healing the masses and getting to the masses, we got to take the masses off of drugs, which is, like I said, the music, the negative, goddamn everything, the messages that's being sent
Yeah.
out, and the way we're depicted as a people. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop playing these gangster roles. We got to stop playing these slave roles, letting them call us niggas in movies and all. Like we got to stop doing. We got to stop participating in making ourselves look bad. You know what I'm saying? Because that's exactly what the fuck it is. Like so, at the end of the day, like I said, we can just look back at
Damn.
what we're
Okay.
doing.
I gotta write this down, CO. The next conversation I want to have is this revelation or was this strategically done for this to happen today? You know,
It's called
Joey brought
planning.
it up. You know, the agenda has this plan has been set in place in stone hundreds of years ago. I mean, this makes me think about the Bible. It makes me think about what's going on today. What's up, J Pro? Okay, chilling at work. Hey, that's what it do. Thank you for coming through. You know, I hear you. Yep, yep. That's what's up. And this is the mission. This is the mission. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know, the reason we feel like that is because it's a competition for the wealth and the resources. Absolutely.
Yeah,
But
and
my
then
thing is this. I want to
hey,
have
but
the
what's
conversation,
and,
CO, about is
and
this
you know what's crazy
revelation
though?
or
Because what's
is this like design? Did
what
they
killers?
make this happen?
Of course, it's called planning. It's called planning. But
But
look at
people,
though,
you know,
real
you
shit.
keep
Look,
hearing people talk
we're
about, oh my
chasing.
goodness, this was in Revelations. So, you know, this was in Revelations. It's like, okay,
Well, have you ever had a revelation? I mean, anybody can have a
yeah,
damn revelation.
yes,
You
all
feel
the
me? So I'm just saying, it's like but
time. But I'm talking
uh,
about the story, the Bible.
no, that shit is no, hell no. That's planning. Like I said, you plan some shit out,
Yeah, or
and
did
then
you know?
and
Was
then
it
you do it in
designed to
people's
go
faces.
that way by the fucking or whoever's running this shit? And it, we can't keep blaming the government because honestly, I don't even think it's
So
them.
we gonna say they doing God's work? If this is in Revelations, are we saying that the government is doing God's work by
Or
doing this shit to us? By doing what they're doing to us, since this was in the Bible and it was supposed to be this way, are we saying that the government is only playing their role as for whatever God wrote for them? Like they're basically not they're not acting out of consciousness. They're just robots doing what God had planned for them.
wow, that
Yeah.
is a crazy perspective. That is so interesting.
So no,
So
these
is the
motherfuckers are
government
consciously.
or is the people that are doing this to us doing God's work? And see, that goes back to our show that we had. And you know, I want to kind of like bring up our shows too that we've had in the past. About, you know, is God really the bad guy? And like, is there a misunderstanding here? Because even biblically, you know, the devil gets permission from God to do whatever.
And
Um,
does nothing with it though, and does nothing with it. He has permission from God to do whatever he wants and does nothing with the shit because we have not ever heard of him killing a person, sending the person to hell. None of that. Like we don't have one name of a person. All these names in the Bible of people, all these names, we don't have not one single name of anybody that Satan has ever done anything to. Not even punished. That nigga ain't never even slapped the nigga on the fucking hand.
this is deep.
Hey, but look, real quick, I want to comment on what Joey said about they have us
This is deep.
competing and shit. You know what I'm saying with wealth and resources. Um, that's true. We're looking for We're looking for money and
Damn.
resources. But majority of people die because of health. It's not even, we chase wealth and resources and not even focusing on the most important thing, our fucking health. And that's the thing. Like I said, people are under the influence of these different drugs. Their minds are not working right. Why? Because you're high all the time off these different chemicals.
That part.
You know what I'm saying?
Cause
We
you
need to
high
worry.
all the time off of these different chemicals.
We need to focus more on our health than money and what we can buy with the money. We need to focus more on our health so we can be around to be grandparents to teach these kids the information we know, our grandkids and shit. Because if we die at a young age, then we not gonna be around to tell our, to game our grandkids and all that type of shit. You know what I
No,
mean? So like I said, we're focusing on everything that they're putting in our faces instead of understanding what's really important and chasing that. Because you can have all the resources and wealth in the world, but if your health is fucked up, you don't enjoy any of that shit.
come on with it, CO.
You don't enjoy
God,
any of it. You know what I'm saying? So we got to get our health together,
with
bro. And
it.
that's mentally, physically, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? We wait till something go wrong before we go and get it checked out
Mm,
instead of being conscious of what we put in our body, what we doing to our bodies, and all that type of shit. Like we're just living, like we're just chasing shit. We're just
crazy.
living chasing shit, chasing a whole bunch of nothing until a motherfucker gets sick, and then everything just
Damn.
come to an end. The ride stops, nigga. The party is over, bro. Like niggas, just the last dance. Turn the lights out.
Mm, craziness. So back to the Bible, that I was talking about the revelations, and is this
Mhm.
being manipulated into revelation, or like you said, what is a revelation? Is what's been going on, and I love when you said, "Are they doing God's work?" Like because people, whoo, like that was deep, bro. But okay, Joey. So no, they are using the Bible to cause chaos and scare you by making those things look like they're real, which has been done when you look at these slavery movies, because we also have a show, Slavery Did Not Exist, but they use the Bible to create slaves. If you look at what was that, 12 years a slave, they used him to preach to the people using the Bible. They beat slaves with Bibles.
That
They
was
burned
Nat Turner.
his
That-
own lawns. What's up with that? What's up with this?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, see,
God, take
it's
in
it's
on
it's
Saturday
only
night.
they make the shit. They
I'm
look.
just like, wow.
They make it look real. Like just because even with this whole um C20 shit, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Please break
Um,
it down because I don't. C20. Don't look at me like that.
where my mask at? Let me get my mask. I can't go in the store without my mask. I need
Let
my
me
mask to go. I need my mask to
put it in
go
the
anywhere.
comments, somebody. This is the community. We helping each other over here.
Hey,
Because they
I need
trying
my
to listen.
mask.
I help everybody. I promote everybody. I this and that.
When I leave the house, I need my mask. If I don't got my mask, I can't go in the store. I can't get on the
So
bus.
that's the C20.
Yeah, C20, nigga.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
They
C20.
listening to us. I did
Yeah.
not say Alexa.
Hey, you see why I'm speaking in code, nigga? You see why I'm speaking? That's exactly why I'm speaking to you in code,
Did
motherfucker.
y'all see that? Like, come on.
That's exactly why I'm speaking to you in code, nigga. But
That's crazy.
people believed in this shit. People believed in it. People believe they
The
can tell
reason
you,
why
oh,
this is a
your
topic,
loved
though.
one died from this. And it's like, okay, there ain't no more, all the other diseases don't exist no more. It's only this one. People believe this shit, which made it real to them. But for people who didn't believe in it, nigga, that shit is not real. So all of these stories and shit in the Bible and stuff like that, it's like, if you actually believe these accounts that they're giving us of things happening and you ain't witnessed shit, they got your mind, bro. They can tell you any fucking thing, and you like,
They
oh, nigga,
really
don't you know? Right now in Russia, nigga, in Ukraine, they over there dropping bombs and shit. Like, nigga, do you know anybody in Ukraine? Can you call and confirm that, nigga? Can you?
Yes.
You know what I'm
Like
saying?
this
You just,
war we supposed I look, I'm just over it all. I'm over it. I'm over it.
yeah, we just believe in
But
everything. We're
We're gonna
children.
get back to that C20 because I'm still like you
A
know,
little lost.
yeah, but see Alexa must know something because she just, oh, I don't know any. She was guilty to the motherfucker.
COV.
Yes. I got you.
COV.
I got you. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Got you. Got you.
Yeah.
And the whole I can't breathe. I mean, y'all don't think that's a coincidence?
Yeah, of course it is.
I'm
Of
just
course.
saying, but people really out here like George Floyd, y'all fight. It's
Yeah.
like, dude,
And don't even know the nigga.
wear
They
a
don't even.
mask.
They can come out right now.
Look at the timing. I
Look
can't breathe. It's just
a 20-year-old,
you
a
can't breathe because you're
21-year-old
wearing a
woman.
mask and they promoting the shit using black motherfuckers.
Now look, what if a 21-year-old woman came out right now and said George Floyd molested her as a little girl? Everybody is gonna be like, "Oh, fuck that nigga." Da-da-da. And that's what I'm talking about. They can make you believe any fucking thing they want you to. All they gotta do is come out and be like, "Oh,
Like
we
it's
found this
gonna be a
information out,"
hoax.
and turn niggas against a motherfucker that
Like
everybody was just once marching
filters.
for. Like, come on, bro.
Real
They-
talk. You know what?
so,
The conversation was definitely real tonight. Clash of thoughts. It went down on a mother sucking Thursday. And I'm telling you, if you're just coming in on a live, you need to get your popcorn, your smoke, your drink, and your everything, your boo, your whatever. And you need to put this up on YouTube on your TV screen. And you need to watch it. You need to really watch it because this was like the deepest freaking episode on my channel ever.
thank you,
Okay,
Dan.
for real, huh?
Nothing. Go ahead. My bad.
You said what? What you say?
Nothing. My bad. Go ahead.
Anyway, yeah, we definitely dived into the juice tonight. I mean, in the deep end, okay, all the way in the deep end. It was sharks, lizards, all type of stuff down there. I mean, in the juice, okay. It definitely went down. What is the black community? What is that? What does that look like to you? What does it look like to me? And what can we do, within our community to create change and to create happiness, positive vibes, prosperity, wealth, fortune, and a lot other in a world full of confusion. You know what I mean? 2 hours in. I mean, wow, this was a dope conversation. Thank you, everybody. It was a lot of you guys that came on in with a grin, like what it do, staying true. Shout out to my cousin Tanya. What is going on? Beautiful all the way in Virginia. That's right, boo. And this is what I'm talking about. Wow. If we move in numbers, to have your family supporting you and empowering you and encouraging you to keep doing your dream and doing this and that and vice versa. Everybody's a resource. Everybody's helping each other. What are you doing that I can help you do? What are you doing? Out of this conversation, it's time to break the chains. It's time to get out of this ghetto ass mentality. It's time to leave at home. You can take the dude to the hood, but you can't take the hood out the homeboy. We need to like annihilate that shit. And it's just a lot of like, mental health techniques that we need to be using today. Like there is a lot of like, information. Like we're living in a time of resources. Like fuck that. You could Google something and find out how to do it. You could take your little free class on YouTube right now, like we doing with Clash of Thoughts, and get whatever resources and information need be. But change is definitely in demand on my end. We are the bomb. We're beautiful. We powerful. We strong. Yes, we come from the hood. Yeah, we come from the ghetto. And not all black people do. I'm talking to the ones who can relate to what I'm talking about. Even if you don't or you not from the hood, you still, like I said, could be misconstrued. Okay, and to be like, oh, he just because he black, he gang bang. And how many times have we heard of innocent black people getting killed who are straight up schoolboys because they're wearing a hoodie? Like this is too deep, okay? And we definitely need to like set the record straight within our, with each other and ourselves. What's up, Tanya? And same for me. Um, Same for me, girls from the hood. Same, and same for me, You know, hey, you make it make sense. Make it make sense. But you know what? At the end of the day, thank you, because it's real. Yeah, we be from the hood, you know what I'm saying? A lot of us. All right. But we need to really unlearn a lot of things and implement like information and acts that really is beneficial to a higher quality of life. Okay. Your children's life. We need to focus on income, how to do it on your own, business, entrepreneurship, how we treat each other, how we're moving out here. Shout out to my girl Medusa, because she is definitely gonna be on the show, and we're gonna definitely talk about the way we move with each other. Um, I got my boy King Dope, you know what I'm saying? Death Row, whoop, 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 coming on through. What it do? Monday, we're gonna talk about accountability. I mean, hey, it starts somewhere. So share if you care, grin, tell a friend. I'm telling you, everything in this show right here, man, CO, like, dude, you came with the, whew, it's just I had to like really breathe in between a lot of this dialogue. But shout out to my boy Joey. My goodness. Woo, he came in
Joey,
with it. Yeah, you coming on here. Okay, so you might as well put it on your calendar. I will be a guest on Clash of Thoughts next Thursday. So let's get it, let's go. But dope night. And that's what I gotta say on my end, coming in closing with this very important conversation. You know what I'm saying? And again, like I said, thank you everybody that's came through. Like what it do up in cyberspace tonight, who commented. Shout out to everybody. Okay, and always use condoms.
I'm going bareback anyway. Yep, I'm going bareback.
Go ahead.
Um,
That was my tip to tip of the night. Get
um,
that tip.
look, man, my closing thoughts are is decorum. Black people, we need to have decorum, okay? We need to stop getting loud and interrupting people, thinking that whatever we think, you know what I'm saying? Like, we need to control ourselves, bro, and do things professionally, and just have respect for everybody. Um, a lot of things that we do as so-called black people is not healthy. It's not healthy for the mind. It's not healthy for the children. We talk about what's being done to us generationally, but what are we doing to our own kids
What are
and
we
shit
doing?
generationally?
Oh, come on.
You know what I'm saying? So, um, a lot
What
of
are we
people
doing
just
to
really
each
need to educate.
other?
Yeah, people need to educate themselves
Mm.
on whatever it is that they interested in learning. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, you don't gotta know everything. You ain't gotta learn everything. But I just think it's a lack of education all around in every community. There's
Yes,
a lack of
definitely.
education, and those people who got the education, who do know, who got the game, like you said, motherfuckers be wanting to hold on to shit
Hold
and
on
this,
to
that,
shit.
and the
They
third.
want to share.
You know what I'm saying? Like they want to be the only
Weird.
motherfuckers in the hood with some shit, like and stuff. So, I
I'm
mean, we
you.
can't get people to change until they
Weird.
change. Like I said, the music, the food, all of these things that we call black culture is a drug to us. We consuming this shit subconsciously and consciously and don't even know why we keep consuming this shit. Even though we seeing niggas die all the time, we see rappers die all the time, and we still consuming this shit. So at the end of the day, man, we like I said, we need to focus on health and being here and just being respectful, man. Motherfuckers need to learn what respect is and just be respectful for everybody. And for those in the streets that's doing y'all street stuff, just learn, get an education. Don't not like through a institution or nothing. Just educate yourself. You know what I'm saying? Know what you're doing, like that shit, because that's our biggest problem. Our biggest problem is really us doing shit to each other, killing each other,
That is the
um,
problem.
hating on each other,
It's the
things of
problem.
that nature. You know what I'm saying? Not wanting to collaborate with each other and shit like that.
Yep.
You know, we talk a
Having
lot of shit.
attitude with each other and don't like somebody for whatever. Like you don't even know why you don't like that motherfucker.
and just feeding off each other. We gotta stop feeding off each other, man. We supposed to be
Yes,
resources. You know what I'm saying?
it's a lot.
So if I'm your apple tree, stop picking all my apples. Get what the fuck you need and leave some for somebody else. You know, stop feeding off each other, man, and let's start feeding each other. Real
Mhm.
shit. So that's my shit. It's not a one community thing. You know what I'm saying? Know who your family is. Know who your resources is. Make that your community. If some shit hit the fan right now, who the fuck is it? You know, are you fucking with and fucking with you? Like if you don't know that, then you need to figure that shit out and call that your community and call that, you know, yeah, good.
Bridging the gaps within the black community, because there is other races that live there. All right, it's just facts. Okay, but
Yeah, because we don't have a community. We don't have a
and
black. We don't have a
like this
community. We don't have a.
character, like
We don't.
please, this character that we need to look at, right?
Yeah, because this
It's
black community is filled
character.
with
It's
a lot of
not
bad people.
race, colors, and skin complexions. How silly and petty. That's petty as hell.
And like I said, we never heard of a white community. You know, like things that are like even with the Asian community, they're not one people. Like the Chinese they don't fuck with the Japanese like that. Like the Cambodians and shit, they only fuck with the Cambodians. Like if you notice, they move to an area that's heavily populated with their people. They don't just move to a random place. They move to a place with their people. So,
Yeah,
but
but the
every
black
Asian
people,
person
this
don't
is
fuck with each
sad.
other.
This is so deep.
You know
God,
they don't. Every
Lee.
Hispanic don't. There's no such thing as a Mexican community here in America. You know what I'm saying? Like you got Mexicans who rob their own people, my nigga. They like, you know, it's about family. Know who your family is. Make sure your family is straight, and then you know that's what we got to do. We got to start at home. We start at home. Make sure our shit's straight.
Back home.
Then we can start coming together and bringing our resources together. But if we don't have resources to bring together, what the fuck are we doing? Getting together and talking, you know? So you know, if we can't get together and go to the shooting range and or just practice certain eating habits, doing just whatever it is, bro. Like, know who your family is. That's your community, bro. That's where that's your people. You know, I don't just because your skin is the same color as mine, bro. I'm not vouching for you, and I don't need you to vouch for me because I don't know who the fuck you is.
That part. Come on, CO, with the fucking. That's right. Yeah, yeah. There is culture segregation in every culture. It definitely is. It
And
definitely
that's why I love interracial relationships because racial relationships bring the cultures together. Like my niece is half black, half Mexican, and she had a sweet 16 and a quinceañera. You know what I'm saying? It's like she says she fuck with both of her cultures. Like so, you know, when you have interracial
I
relationships, it's
got
like
something to say on that note.
it's bringing cultures together because it's really
Um,
not. It's
mhm,
really just culture shock. It's not a culture separation. It's culture shock because we're not used to being around other people culture. So when we go around it, we're not used to it. It's like and same with us. When other cultures find out how we live, it's like a culture shock.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, over here, nigga, we don't celebrate, you know, these holidays. And we don't do this, and instead we don't eat on plates and shit, nigga. We eat on leaves and da 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 da. It's just really culture shock. You know what I'm saying? It's really not a separation
I'm gonna write all this down.
because
I'm gonna write this
see,
down.
the creator separated us naturally by the seas, by the lands being so separated by the oceans, and the creator don't make boats and planes. Man do. So we were naturally separated. You know what I'm saying? But now everything is just intermingled. So that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like two cultures coming together don't change. I still do nigga shit. It don't matter who. You know how I feel about that interracial shit. I just feel like it's penis patrol. Like it really boiled down to who I stick my penis in and ejaculate in. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. You sleeping with a white woman. You
Mhm.
have, you know, mixed kids. Why are you
So,
concerned about what I do with my women can say my body, my choice, but a man can't say that. Nigga, this is my penis. I can stick it in whatever I want to, and I can ejaculate in anything I want to, bro. Like not not anything, but I'm saying women, any woman I
No, you
want to.
said anything. You know, my mom
Well,
always said a man will stick his dick in a hole in the wall.
well, yeah. I mean,
So I
it's
think
called the
we just
glory.
have some truth
It's
there.
called
I
the
mean,
glory.
these are
It's
fucking
called
dudes
the glory
who
hole.
ain't even real, who don't even have real body parts.
It's
Okay,
called the glory hole, right?
let's
It's
get
called the
that
glory
shut
hole.
the fuck
But
up.
I'm just saying, if a woman can say my body, my
These
rights,
fucking bitches that lashes are
when it
like
comes to
wood.
her body and abortions, why can't I have that same choice? As my body, my right, nigga? I can sleep with and do with my body whatever I fucking choose
You
to,
know what?
just
I
like the
hear your
woman.
argument, CO, but you do, as a black man, have a responsibility to create black children.
No, I
So,
don't. No, I
yeah,
don't.
well,
I have
it
a
should
responsibility.
be,
No,
and
I
that's
don't,
the
because ain't
problem.
no
Because
black people
if you
feeding.
look, this is a whole
Ain't
nother
no black
conversation.
people feeding
Look,
my
we
children.
gotta end this. We gotta
Ain't
end
no
this.
black people feeding my children. Ain't no
You
black
are
people
the
feeding
black
my
person
children.
that's feeding your children, and there's going
No,
to be a time when there's going to be no more black
thank you.
people to mix with any other
Okay,
cultures,
wait, hold on.
because
Ain't
it's
I thought?
unfortunate. Black
Wait a
dick
minute.
is always so just, oh, I want to
Wait a
have
minute.
another race baby. It's like,
Ain't the white
motherfucker,
man? Don't the
you
white
you need
man?
to have your own fucking race baby,
Wait, but
because
hold on, Thug
first of
Miss.
all, we're
Listen to
gonna have
this.
this conversation. We're
The
gonna have
white
this
man say the
conversation
same
because let's
shit. Your
talk to the mixed
argument.
children. If you
You,
are mixed, if you are
your
mixed, get on the show, because it's a lot of mixed motherfuckers who are very, very deranged and
Thug
confused,
Miss.
because
Thug Miss.
they're not
Don't you know?
tolerated here, they're not tolerated there. They don't. They're beige, whatever
Okay,
fucking color. Like, at the end of the motherfucking day, and excuse me if you are offended, but I come from a fucking, like, I'm mixed. Everybody fucking mixed. But when it come down to it, what I mean by that is we all have a little some within us, but coming together, black and black makes black. Okay, and I am so tired of this
okay,
whole, we need
but
to
Thug
have
Miss,
other
listen
races
to.
of
Okay,
babies. Like,
but
look,
look,
dude,
Thug.
there's going to be a time when black people are not going to be existing
That's
anymore.
Thug Miss. Listen to this. Listen,
Like,
please.
what the
Listen
hell?
to show you how much you
I'm just
sound like the
tired
white
of
man.
this. Like, look,
I thought
black
that's why the
people
white
need to
man was
keep
scared
having
of
black
us.
babies.
Why is your argument the same as the white man? Because the white, they say that the white man don't want us having babies with them because there ain't gonna be no more white people. Now black people got the same fucking argument. Ain't gonna be no
And
more black
now
people.
he's digressing.
Scary.
Look,
What the
don't
fuck are you
ever put
scared of?
yourself
Are we
above
really
the woman
scared
you
of
will
being
ejaculate.
like?
But we
Why do
have
you?
ways to
Why
treat
are
these
you using the
children.
white man's argument? Why are you using the white man's argument? Because that was his argument when he created laws to stop it from happening. He said there are not going to be any more white people if this keep going on. So why do you
Exactly.
have the
It's
same
true. It's
argument?
like, it's true.
Why
This
do
is
you have the
fucking
same
true.
argument about black people?
Well, because maybe because that's what I'm talking about.
But I'm
Yeah,
saying it's
that's,
so
I agree.
unoriginal and it's just the same
No, it's
shit that
not,
we've
because I
been
work with
hearing.
children.
It's
I
the
work with
same
children,
shit we've
and I'm
been
really
hearing.
tired of it. I'm tired of the black
I make
child.
beautiful children.
Like,
I make beautiful
dude,
children. I don't care who is with. If you love me and I
nigga, at
ejaculate
the end of
inside of
the
you,
day, don't be
that's my
encouraging
right.
dudes.
And
I
ain't
don't like
nobody
that
gonna
as a
stop
black
me.
man. I understand you chose
Shit.
your choices, but do not do
Shit.
that,
But
because you have
we just
black
had a whole
children. We just found
conversation
a whole
about
new
we just had a
motherfucking
whole
situation
conversation
that you
about how we
hating
treat
on.
each other.
So
We had
don't
a
do
whole
this.
conversation about how we treat each other, how we
Don't
do this,
do
that, and the
this.
third. But yet you're not finna force us
Why
black
did you say
men. No, no, no,
anything?
no, no. You're not finna force us black men to choose from a pool of the less of of two evils,
Black.
nigga. No,
Oh my
no. I'm gonna
God.
choose who the fuck I want to choose because the kids that we have, we are obligated to raise them together, my nigga. Like, ain't nobody else responsible for for raising my child or none of that
Okay,
type of
but
shit.
it's all
So
in
at the
different.
end of the day, it
It's
don't
just,
matter what I
no,
do with my
no,
what.
no.
That's
We
what
need
I'm
to have
saying.
fucking
Why are
black
you
kids,
concerned
and we
with
need to
why
have
are you
Mexican
concerned what I
kids,
do with my
and we
wee
need
wee?
to have Caucasian kids. Where the fuck?
But why are you
Everybody gonna be
concerned what
banging
I
right
do with
now?
my wee
Like,
wee?
ain't nobody gonna have no color.
Why are you concerned with my wee wee
I'm
though?
just
That's the
being
thing. Why are you
tired.
concerned with my wee wee and who I'm for real.
Look,
Why
because
are
I've
you dick
seen black
policing?
women that got white babies that, like,
Why are you
really
dick policing? You dick policing. You coochie handcuffing and you dick policing. Why are you concerned with what my wee wee like
Thank
for real?
you. Hey, when
That's what it
is
boils
black people
down
going
to.
to realize that those other races do not
It
like them
don't matter.
building
It
top?
boils
How
down
many
to
times
where
did
I
your
stick my
Hispanic
wee wee.
woman have fucked? Nigga, ask, nigga, how many times have your Hispanic woman or your white woman have like really put down the black culture. Then what's really killer about it is they don't even like the black women, but they will fuck the black man and have these mixed ass females, but you don't like the like it like CO. Honestly, that
Man,
is
look,
a
we were
whole
supposed to do a show,
nother conversation
Doug
that
Miss. We were
I
supposed
highly
to do a
suggest
show.
to
We were
dive
supposed to do a show and had a whole build about because I said I'm starting not to like black
in.
women.
Okay.
And we had a
Yeah.
whole build on that. So what I'm saying is this: she don't gotta say shit about the black people. You know why? Because we just had a whole conversation about how we fuck over each other,
Yeah,
and like
we
it's
do.
so.
Okay, but
So what's the
that's not
problem?
a solution, CO.
It,
It's not a
it's not
solution
supposed
to
to be.
let
It
another
was never
fucking
brought up as a
like you
solution. It was never
no, like
brought up
that's
as
not
a
the solution.
solution. You
Like
asked the
that
question,
just
how many
breathing
times
is broken.
you
Like, I'm gonna
asked
go
the
ahead and
question.
single baby mamas you and
You
fuck
asked the
y'all. I'm
question.
gonna go ahead and love this Mexican or this white bitch because the way we treat each other. It's not cool to me though. Like you need to
But
love
why
it
are you
like
concerned
others.
with what I do with my we? I don't give a fuck. Why are you worried about what CEO
Because
we
and it's
go?
not more so
And
concerned.
it's
It's just what
men
you're
who feel the
speaking up
same way
on.
too. There are
You need to
men
say that.
There are men who feel the same way. Why are men and women concerned about what other men and women are doing with our sex organ? It don't matter who we choose to lay and sleep with
See,
and have
that's what I'm
orgasms
saying,
in. It
Jay. You
doesn't
see how
matter.
easy it
That's
is for
what it
us to put
boiled
each
down
other
to.
down.
If I was sticking my dingaling in a black woman, it wouldn't be a problem. Exactly. Exactly. It's about who I'm having kids with and laying in my fucking bed with.
Who has a
That
problem
is
with
my
it
sex
though? You
organ.
still gonna do what you're gonna do. We're having a dialogue, and you said something that I have an opinion about. As far
But
as if you would have never said nothing, I don't care what you do with your little diggalang. But at the end of
I
the
know, but
day,
it was
you
more than
just
an
mentioned
opinion.
what you just said, and so I had
It
a
was
reply.
more than an opinion. It was more than an opinion because once you ask the question, how many times a black or Hispanic, it like it's the same thing that people do to us, my nigga. When the fuck they discriminate against us or they see us and be like, oh, all black people eat chick. They
Thank
have
you. I
these
just
different things,
know
but
I
it's the
want
same.
my
So what I'm
kids
saying, what makes
chocolate
it
like
different
me.
from
Thank
you?
you,
What
Joey.
makes it different from you
Thank
doing
you,
the same
Joey.
fucking shit, having something to say about another race? What's the difference? It's no fucking.
And
I don't
it's
know why
no
black
race.
people think.
First of
Why
all,
black people think they can do it, but other people can't do it? We can slap and shoot each other, but other people can't do it. We can talk
why do
about
you
other
want to do
races and
it so
say,
much out of all
"Oh,
the races? Like, what is wrong with y'all? And then
like
the
I
thing
said, bro,
is, the
like I
women are
said,
so
like I
fucking
said,
shallow that
a
most
black
of these
woman do the
bitches be
same
fucking
thing.
y'all
A
because
black
they
woman
think
do the
y'all
same
niggas
thing.
good.
Y'all do the same
Like, come
thing. Y'all,
on,
y'all can
like,
have opinions.
like
Y'all can
just work.
stereotype and have opinions about other races, but they can't do it. That's crazy. It's crazy. We can say, oh, white people is that, they not human and they got dog hair and this, that, and the third, but it's like they say the same shit about your hair and your skin color. You don't see that both of you motherfuckers, both parties are ignorant because we both saying the same shit about each other. But
Yeah,
we
it's
as
an
black people
ignorant
feel like
comment. It is an
other
ignorant
people are not
comment.
supposed to have an
Okay,
opinion.
it is what it is.
Why do we feel like we so good other people not supposed to have an opinion on what we do or how we carry ourselves? What makes us so fucking good where other people can't have a fucking opinion on us? We don't control people's mouths or how people think. So let a person say and think whatever the fuck they want to say. How does that affect? It don't affect you. It don't affect none of us unless we allow it to. You know what I'm saying?
Love who loves
I'm
you,
not
but
in a slave
don't try to
relationship.
make it an agenda to do this though. Like, I mean,
Hey,
damn. Love who
look,
love you, but damn.
me and my girlfriend don't role play slave master and slave nigga. We not in this. I'm not in a slavery
Why
relationship.
are we saying?
I'm not in a slavery relationship, so I'm just saying I can choose who I want to choose because I'm not being held back. I'm not being put down. I'm sitting here saying the government ain't the ones doing this to you. So I'm not the motherfucker who's practicing the putting motherfuckers down in the separatism. I'm the one who's practicing unity. Unity. We can't have unity if the fuck we can't come together. It's like we can come together, but don't stick your dick in her. Exactly. Where the fuck I'm sticking my dick is the topic of discussion when we talk about these things. And it shouldn't fucking matter who I stick it in, who I orgasm in. It shouldn't fucking matter. If people want to feel like
There
I
it
said,
goes.
most pro blacks don't even have a significant other.
There it
Most pro
goes.
blacks don't even have a significant other. So people having opinions on interracial relationships, it's like I don't know what to say because it's like, damn, what am I supposed to do? You can't find a nigga, so how the fuck am I supposed to find somebody? Like, come on,
Nobody
like,
want each other.
it
They don't
don't matter.
want.
It's not about. It's not
Everybody
that,
started to not want
bro.
each
Just because I'm
other.
eating at Burger
So,
King, don't mean I don't like McDonald's, my nigga. I'm just eating at Burger King. I don't have to
but where you eating at
not
is
want a
making
black
money
woman
though.
because I'm with
Where you
another
eating
race of
at is
woman.
making money. Where you eating at is benefiting though. Where you eating at
It
is
don't matter. Yes, it's going in my stomach and I'm shitting it out.
okay.
I'm paying
Well,
for what I want. I'm paying for what I want.
and that's the thing.
And we come
Crash
from a
the
black
pot.
neighborhood. But look, hold on.
Crash
We
the
come from a
pot.
black
There
neighborhood where
you
you do
go.
not get in other people's family business. You don't talk about what goes on in another family household. We come from a black motherfucking household where we don't get in other people's business. But yet we want to talk about what other people's families look like and what they doing, what they find. And when you get with a white girl, the money, the finances, like why are you can don't you come from a black? Nobody never told you to not worry about what some other people do in their fucking household with their kids. Don't you know it's wrong for an adult to speak up on another fucking adult's children? Wasn't we taught that shit? You don't talk about other people's children, whether they mixed or not, bro. It's none of your fucking. Like that shit we don't do. You don't talk about a person money. You don't talk about what the fuck is if he beating his wife. So what? We might talk about it behind closed doors, but we don't talk about what goes on in other people's households. That's their fucking business. Just like what goes on in our household, we don't go out and put it in the streets. But other people want to put what we got going on in our household in the streets. Like so fucking what? So fucking what? My kids ain't out here robbing you or none of that. But black people are. My kids aren't. But it's straight black motherfuckers out here killing other black people. I bet you my kids won't be killing
Starting a
no black
whole
people
nother
though.
show,
I
CO.
bet you my kids won't be killing no motherfucking black people. I bet you that. I bet
Yeah,
you that.
my kids either, but I have to
'Cause
have more black children in order to make that black change.
it
Okay,
doesn't matter.
like
I like
this.
why are
And then
we
I'm
worried
telling you,
about
when I
black
come from
people?
a family of mixed, I have a lot of mixed people in my family that are very, very confused and very, very sad that they're mixed sometimes. And you have mixed children. Like, what are you doing to these kids? Like, we could really go there. You know what I'm saying? Because you have these teenager girls who are just identity crisis in the game because they're not accepted by nobody, or they lean more on their Hispanic side instead of and I like I'm telling you, I'm talking about my cousins. I'm talking about like we're mixed. Like real talk. I'm just speaking facts. I'm not hating on no other culture, races. I'm just speaking my opinion, and it's a lot of confusion there. It's
If
a
they was
lot of
just
like
if they wasn't black, but
identity.
look, Thug
It's a
Miss,
lot of identity,
if
like
they wasn't black,
races. They
but
just
Thug,
look island, and they
but
look
look,
like
if they
okay,
wasn't
what?
mixed,
They got
I
pretty
just got
hair,
a quick
or you
question.
want to have sex with them? Like
I just got a quick
I don't
question.
get it.
I just got a quick question.
I don't get it.
If your family who's mixed and going through these identity crises, if they weren't mixed and they was just black, you telling me they still not gonna get hated on? Like, come on. The color of your skin is like it don't matter. We just talked about how we hate on each other the fucking most. So why are we acting like people
We
who
need
go
to
through,
learn how
so
to forgive
what? We do it
ourselves.
to each other every
Ooh, this
fucking
is
day,
deep.
bro. We do it
This
to
is
each other
too
every
much.
fucking day, my nigga. Like it don't matter if they black or if they mix, you're going to get hatred. And then so-called, it's worse to be black. So if you got loved ones who's mixed, you're supposed to feel a little good that at least they ain't got to experience this black shit. But no, they
But
still
they
experience it.
do, CEO.
But
Do
they
you
still
hear that though?
experience it.
Because first of
Like,
all, even when the
come
mixed
on.
shows come out, they got it. They got it. You get on my nerve. They got it in all kind of ways. Okay, okay. They gonna be black. All right, back in the slavery day, if you had a mixed baby, guess what? It's an in nigga slave or in house dude slave,
But do
and
you
the
consider
motherfucker
mixed
still
people
gonna
black?
get on, still gonna
But
be
do you
treated like a
consider
black
mixed
person.
people
But
black?
then you got that part, right? Then you got the black people, like homie, you are not black, you are something else. Like who are it's so it's like
But
wow,
how do you okay,
it's
but how do you feel
wild.
personally? How do you feel personally? Do you personally feel like mixed people are black?
Yes, because black is dominant.
Okay,
Yes,
so stop.
indeed.
Okay, so that
I work
shoots.
with
Wait a
children
minute. So
who
that
are
wait.
who look white as hell,
Okay,
and I still consider
wait.
them
I
black
just want to
because
make a
they're
point
black.
real quick. Just real quick. I just want to make a quick point. That shoots down your argument that if we keep interracial having interracial babies, it's not going to be no more black people because you saying that mixed people are still black. So I'm still making black
Don't
babies
play
then.
with my words. They're considered black because it's a
No,
dominant
it's called
gene.
contradicting
No,
yourself.
it's
I'm not
not a
playing with your words.
contradiction.
You just said
It's
two
not.
different things.
It's not.
If
I said
black
they're still
people,
going to be considered black.
no, I
Considered
asked you
black
how you
because
felt,
black is
Thug.
the dominant gene.
Thug, I asked you, how did you feel personally? I didn't ask what they would be considered. I'm asking you ask you personally. You
Yes,
said
black.
yes, they're
Yes,
still
yes. And
black.
I'm saying it again. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay then. So me
To
having
me
interracial babies, I'm
personally,
still
that's
making
me
black
because I
babies.
have knowledge enough to know that. Everybody don't have
So that
knowledge enough to
argument
know
goes
that.
out the window.
No,
So
it doesn't go out the
we're
window.
still
I
making
still
black
would like to see
babies.
black people that look like me and you.
It don't matter. Black people are black. Every Michael Jackson
It
said it
does
best.
matter.
Michael
It
said it
does.
best. He said they call us colored people because we come in all
And
different
it
shades and
don't
colors.
understand
So
black and
every
everybody
nigga don't look like
anything
you.
from us.
Every nigga don't look like you. I'm sorry.
I
We
know.
come
It's
in
either
different
the
shades
black
and colors and different
women.
shit. So
I
what I'm saying
understand
is
that.
just because they don't look like you don't mean like what does that say? Nothing. It's an immature argument. We're
No,
all
this is a
if we're
you
all
know what? You're
Negroes,
just
if we're all
disagreeing
black,
with the
why does it
argument.
matter if a nigga is
No,
dark
it's
as shit?
different. This is a great
Okay.
topic for another show. I know.
Next
That's
show.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Next
saying.
show.
Because we're going on like 3 hours. We
Next
talking
show.
about you. Okay, so KK is saying we talking about you being with another race,
I don't
not
want to date my mama.
not after you make the babies.
I don't want to date my mom. I don't look. I don't even call black women
Look,
sister because I
look.
don't know. I don't want to fuck my sister. A nigga would see a black woman and be like, "Hey, sister," and then try to fuck on her.
What
Like,
is
why
the
are you
black
calling black
community?
women sister? But that's your mate. Yo, why are you calling your mates your sisters? Like, and like, I don't want to fuck nobody who look like my mama. Like,
All right,
bro,
CO.
I have a choice. That's what I'm
OMG.
saying. Black people feel like I believe in Jesus, you
I'm
should. I
hollering
fuck a
because
black woman, you should. I eat pork, you should. No, nigga, it's fine. Everybody don't think the same. We have different choices and different ideologies. I don't have to think like you. I don't have to think like pro-blacks. That's why there's pro-blacks and there's non-pro-blacks because everybody don't fucking think the same. But just because you do it, don't make it the right thing to do because then who the fuck is to say what's wrong and what's right? That's what I'm saying. We're dicking, we're dick policing and pussy cuffing because there is literally nobody to punish me for what the fuck I'm like. What's come on? We're just talking about why do we do this?
all
People
right,
who
pause. Let's just
interracial
pause the
People who
conversation.
have interracial kids is not telling
CO,
people to not have black babies, nigga. We don't
CO.
give a fuck about what black people are doing. We don't care. We're just doing us. We're not out here advocating for fucking interracial relationships, nigga.
CO.
No, we're just fucking doing us. We're not
CO.
trying to get black people. You don't hear niggas saying, hey, you should come over here to the white side. It's better. No, but there's a famous saying if you go black, you'll never go back. But you do not hear niggas saying, hey, once you go Hispanic, you never go Spanish. Whatever. Once you go Hispanic, you go Spanish. We don't hear none. Once you go Asian, you've been persuaded. Nigga, we
CO.
don't hear none of that, nigga. Because
Look,
we're not
come
leaving the black
on.
community just because I stick my penis in a Hispanic girl does not mean I'm going against it. No, it's just
Let's,
that's my preference. That's what I want to do with my sex organ, and that's
Lord.
what I'm gonna do with it. I'm not gonna let somebody make. That's like, oh my god, that's like
KK,
motherfucker trying to make
we
gay
are
people feel
unique.
bad for being gay, nigga.
Just don't date somebody that
No.
resembles your mom. Like, dude,
Well,
this is just
tell that
crazy.
to the
Don't
homosexual
date
community.
nobody. Don't date nobody that resembles or remind you of your mom. But we're
I
all
don't.
different as black women just because we. But look, hey, CO, that is another mother sucking show that we just kind of had in the past 40 minutes. Okay, Jesus. We were supposed to wrap this shit up. First of all, let
Hey,
me
look, the
tell you.
chat. That
Hold
is the
on, let
chat.
me tell you.
It's
First
the
of
chat. It's
all,
the chat. The chat is so lit.
know
It's just
how know how to appropriately address a queen. She is not a negative. She is not bro. Come on, Tanya. She is a queen. Thank you. Address her appropriately. Man, look, I love
Which wait. What you mean she is not a negative? What does that mean? She's not a negative because
she'll
in spirituality the male, the yin yang, the male is positive and the
Joey.
woman is negative energy. So what does she mean by she is not
You
negative?
keep going deeper and deeper, CO. Okay, I'm not talking about looks. I'm talking about attitude behavior towards other men and their father. So that's what he's talking about, Kay. Like as far as the comment that he was making about like men don't want to date people that look like their mom. I mean, you know, black men and stuff like that. Wow,
No, it's
you
just
guys
me.
are
I'm
under
just
the
saying
fire
myself.
today. And no offense to nobody. If you can't look at this with an open mind and a light heart, and if you feel that you're being attacked, that means there's some type of guilt going on there. I'm talking about the viewers, everybody. There is no hate lines here. Like I said, my family is of different of cultures. We are having a dialogue about this is the conversation. This is the conversation. So it's like if you are too sensitive for this type of conversation, please choose to do something else with your time. But right now, this is the conversation. These conversations are talked about all the time. And please
Okay,
don't let
hold
me
on.
tell you a conversation that I had with a Hispanic coworker guy, a Hispanic guy who told me the juice of how he feels about this whole shebang. But look, we're gonna do that on the next mother sucking show because it is time. It's past my bedtime, and I'm about to go to bed. Okay, okay. Jeez, I love this though. That was tight. That was tight. Clash of thoughts.
Hey,
That's
look, hold on. I got a
clash of
quick
thoughts.
question for Kay. I got a quick question for
All right,
not Kay,
Kay.
for Toya.
Kay,
No,
we
for
got a
Toya,
question.
for Tanya.
Hey, you got
I
to
got to
come
know
for
for Tanya, for Latanya. It's for Latanya. Um,
anytime.
I'm just saying, look, when we talk about queens and stuff, once again, see, we putting a blanket statement
See, I
on.
was commenting on
We
C3o statement.
look,
Right. That brought up
we
you.
being general, right? We speaking in general because what about the black females who literally call themselves bitches all day? What about the women who are like prostitutes and they know that they're hoes and they love being hoes? Like real shit. Like what about the women who don't have respect for themselves? Like we can't just and this is what I teach my sons. You can't treat every woman like a queen because some of these bitches is ratchet and they would fuck
But
over
it's
you, my nigga. They would do you. They would do you in. They would scan. They would do all type of shit. So just because a woman is a woman, don't mean she's automatically a queen. She has to prove her just like a man. You know what I'm saying? So I got to get to know you before I can address you as a queen. I'm not just finna address you as a queen and later on that night you done put something in my drink and took all my fucking money and robbed me. Like, no, bro, you got to understand this is the world we live in. Like, it's so much ratchet shit going on in our community. We want to make it seem like it's not, like it don't need to be cleaned up. This shit need to be cleaned all the way up because these black women are not acting like queens, point blank, period. They not acting like queens. I'm not finna call, it's like a
no.
transgender. I'm not finna call you something that you not.
No.
We talked about judging people based on character. Based on character. I'm not gonna judge you on your skin color nor your gender. I'm not judging you on that. I'm
It's
judging you
a
based
lot
on your
of
character.
black women but it's not all black women. You know what?
And that's why I'm saying let's stop putting a blanket statement on shit like
Let's
as if we need to treat our black women like no, some of these motherfuckers ain't they don't deserve to be treated good because they on some whole other shit. That's what we was talking about. Educating yourself, learning who is for you and who is not for you. The color of your skin don't mean shit to me. Woman or man, I don't give a fuck. The
that's
color
what's
of your skin means nothing to me. You know what I'm
it's
saying? And that's what we got to do, man. We got to start
what's
doing better.
that?
We got to start doing better, and then we can start treating each other better, and then we can start calling each other kings and queens. But we kings killing queens every day, motherfucking kings killing queens every day, motherfucking queens fucking over. Like that shit don't make no sense. That ain't even a reality, my nigga. That's a fairy tale. They don't even make movies about no shit like that. A bunch of kings going around killing each other, hating on each other, fucking over each other. Like, man, come on, bro. That is not what we acting like. We acting like a whole bunch of ghetto ass motherfuckers with no decorum, no education. We acting just like niggers based on the definition. That's what we acting like. So until if we get our shit together, then we can start approaching these women as queens and stuff. Even the men, like I said, it's not one way, it's a two-way street. So that's all, it's not, we're not, let's separate the bullshit from the real, man. If we're gonna talk about women, we ain't talking about all women. We talking about a specific type of woman. We talking about men, we talking about a specific type of man. So we're not going to just generalize when it comes to people, black, white, none of that, because we're different and we don't all do
Mm.
shit the same.
Hey,
That's
Kay,
my whole argument on the community shit. We different.
Kay
We
responded.
think different. All that.
Kay responded. Maybe the black
Mhm.
women need that queen treatment. Hello. And encouragement to better themselves and others around them. But according to CO, it's like, fuck them. I'm
Oh no no
tired.
no no no. Wait, it's a short going around
You
on
don't want to do
Instagram.
that.
Hold on,
You want to go
hold
to the
on.
bitch who never had no,
No, let me defend myself
who
real
never
quick. Hold on, let me
been
just
a
defend
black woman
myself.
before, or
Let me
knows what it
defend
is to
myself.
be black.
Let me
Just
defend
know what
myself real
black
quick.
dick feels like. That's
Look,
it.
when you have two people together, okay, how you know that this woman is your wife is because she do wife things without the fucking ring. When you know that this is
I
man
got
is the
some
man you
white
want to
things
marry
to do
is
with
because he
things.
do
Wait, I
he
don't
do
want to.
husband shit without the fucking ring. Okay, so you don't just marry a person and say, "Oh, once I marry you, that's when your queen is going to come out." No, get the fuck out of here. You got to give me something to want to spend the rest of my life. You got to show me you a queen and so I can be like,
You
"Okay,
treated
she's
like
the
one,
one.
right?
She's the one. I'm not finna jeopardize this. I'm not finna chance this." But then if I'm just picking bitches hoping that she is a queen and she turned out to be like, no, we do not pick mates based off of what you might be. You have to show these attributes in order for a motherfucker to say, okay, you the one. I don't want to know if you gonna learn how to cook in the future. No, nigga, can you cook now? Do you clean? Oh no, baby, I'm a clean once we get
And
married.
you're
I'm a
right.
clean one.
You're right.
Like,
You do
no,
have
that
to
is
be
not how it go.
on that
You gotta
note.
you gotta show you gotta show yourself. You gotta
Yeah.
show yourself. You got to
But
show
see,
who
yo,
you are
even
and what
though
you bring to
even
the table, not what your potentials are. That's our problem. We
that's
going we
the
fucking
black
with people
man's
based on
story.
potential,
Okay. That's
based
what
on
we do a lot
potential.
to the black men. Okay. So the potential. Okay. But
Nah,
you do
uh,
make a lot of good points about, ooh, this is just deep, man. Damn it. Every time I try to get on something, I'm just like, shit. But I do believe, to be a wife, behave like one. But I do believe to be a husband, behave like one.
exactly, both ways.
Period.
That's what I
Because
said. It goes
you can
both
have women that are that
ways.
queen, that is who behaves like wife all day. And people like men really take advantage, some men really take advantage, and some, we always talk about some when we talking, we just in the heat of the conversation. But men be taking advantage of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Or they're not consistent with a job or finances or stuff of that nature. Lord, I'm telling you, it's going down Thursday night. What's up, Tanya? She's respond. Now that's negative, and that is also a thought way of communicating. When you don't recognize culturally tearing down one another, this is what you get. Familiar conversation. Yeah, that's the thing, Co. Like, yeah,
So
a
when,
lot of
but
women
we
are not marriage material until they're over the hill. Now you're gonna have to break that down, Joey. Like, what's over the hill mean? A lot of women. Oh, I know what that means. A lot of women are not marriage material till they're over the hill. Does that mean like? Tell me what it means. I don't want to. I don't want to assume. Since y'all indulging in this 3 hour conversation, let's get it.
you
Let's
know
go.
women. That's because a lot of black women don't get married. They don't get married. You know what I'm saying? And it's
What, they
like.
don't get married. Why?
And
Why? Hear
that's
me?
wait, stop. You keep interrupting me. That's not my argument. Why? I'm just trying to make a point. A lot of black women do not get married. And so in our communities, it's like that's making it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's make like finding a husband and somebody to put a ring on your finger. It's like, ooh, it's kind of like it's like a dream for a lot of black women. So like, you know what I'm saying? It's this is why we're bumping heads because you can't see. Just imagine if you couldn't buy a fucking car, if you couldn't see a house or an apartment, if you couldn't see it before you paid for it. You're not finna fucking pay for it. I need to know what I'm getting before I invest into this shit. So if you're not, I'm not finna just, I can't just go to a black woman and just automatically treat her like a queen. And like I said, she ended up scamming me of being a nothing ass female. Who fault is that? It's my fault. We gotta have accountability. I'm not finna hold her accountable for her being her. I should have got to know who the fuck she was before I start and we had that conversation too, Thug Miss, with relationships. How motherfuckers bring a motherfucker in without really knowing the person's true character. All right,
Yeah.
so that's the problem that we're having too. We're bringing people in too close without knowing their character, so we're getting fucked over. I can't treat you like something that you haven't showed me. I'm going to treat you like what the fuck you display. I'm
Mm.
going off of your character.
Last comments. Real talk. Okay, so the fact that we give birth to every fucking race, every being, is the only reason why we deserve respect. No other gender can reproduce. Only women that they're can produce. Oh Lord. Only women can therefore be respect the damn women because we just have the different. And I've seen it. I've seen it.
Show me a woman. Show me a woman who can get pregnant without a man.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so let's
No,
stop making
you
it
get
seem like
pregnant
y'all
with
just
a
give birth
man, but
on
I'm
y'all.
just
Wait,
saying.
let's stop making it seem like y'all just give birth on your own without us. Because without us, there is no giving birth to nothing, nigga, and it wouldn't be no
No,
fucking humans.
no,
So
it
we're
is.
just equally important to each other, my nigga.
Oh, once
It,
I
it,
finish.
it is no one is more than the other. Because if all the men went gay right now, the human civilization is gonna fucking die off while we talking about interracial shit. All right, so in order for us to stay here as a society, man and woman have to mate. But y'all don't get pregnant on your own. Okay, so yes, you give birth to everything, but I gotta get you pregnant. I gotta give it to you. I gotta put the seed in you. So without that seed being put in you, my nigga, you're just as useless as me. Because if I sperm on the ground in the hole in the fucking ground, nigga, a fucking baby not gonna come out. All right, so I need you just as much as you need me to procreate and to keep having children.
But the problem is, y'all don't want to procreate. Y'all started not to want to procreate with the people that is your
And
people.
don't you saying y'all as
Once
if there
like
are no black families. You say
they're
y'all
gonna
as if
come.
black people don't make black babies no more. Just because some of us choose
I'm
to
too
love whoever we want to fucking
dramatic.
love. All right. Um, that don't say nothing about the black culture. Like what I do with my penis don't say shit about black men. It's what I choose to do. Period. If a black man beat your ass, that don't say shit about me. I'm not abusive. So we're all not finna we can't be put in the same boat, bro. All right. I like what I like. Black, Hispanic, white. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I like what I like. If you don't like my choices of the things, so fucking what? If you don't like mayonnaise, use mustard or ketchup. I'm not trying to force you to
Y'all not
fucking
marrying us. Y'all make
no.
the other race wifey.
It don't matter. That's not my fault. Once again, I'm not. You can't blame me or any other man who
Nobody's blaming anybody.
or
You're
any
talking
other
about
man
this.
or any other man who
Y'all
is
not
with
marrying us.
another race
Y'all
woman
make
for
the
what
other
black
race
men are
wifey.
not doing with black women, bro.
Y'all make
Okay,
the other race
I have
wifey.
not
I've
been.
seen the difference of treatment.
I have not. Oh
I've seen
well,
it with my own two eyes. How y'all
well.
get with these bitches, and
That's what
even
I'm
they
saying.
know. Even they
That's what I'm
know.
saying. It goes
Because
back to the
I
whole.
even played the dialogue on the show that you was on about interracial racial relationships.
It goes
About
back to
how
what
they
the government is
feel.
doing. The government is doing this to me. The government is holding us down. The government, interracial people is doing interracial relationships is doing this, and we're interracial and mixed babies. What the fuck is interracial relationships doing to the black community? What are black mixed babies doing to the black? Nothing, my nigga, nothing at all. They're not even
Well,
fucking
let's
worried about
research
you.
it. We're gonna
Not
research
worried
it.
about,
We're gonna talk
not
about
worried about the black community got a whole lot of shit that they need to get together. While they worried about what other people are doing with their sex organs. It's crazy.
it.
Just because
Accountability is the key
I
word.
still have respect for women. My mama's black, my cousin black. I see black women. I still have respect for women. I just stick my penis in a woman who's not black. What the fuck do that mean? It's
Your
nothing.
body, your choice. Our pocket, our choice. Oh Lord.
Accountability, exactly. Accountability is the key word. If I can't find a woman that don't want to marry me, hey, guess what? I just didn't. I'm not finna sit here and say, oh, well, you black women ain't marrying us. No, nigga, you just ain't found nobody to marry you. But let's not make it seem like black people ain't getting married by the fucking thousands. Come on now. It's black weddings all the fucking time.
It is. It
All the
is.
time. There's black babies being born just because I'm contributing to whatever I contribute to. This baby might be black. This baby might be mixed with white. This baby might be mixed with eight. It doesn't fucking matter. I just know that as a man, I ain't making children, and it's my job to all my kids. I'm in their lives.
That
All my
part.
kids, I'm in their lives. I'm raising, I'm educating them, all that type of shit. So I can vouch for my kids. I don't got no bad kids, regardless of what color they fucking skin is. Nigga, respect. You gonna know respect, love, and honor. That's what's important in life. You don't judge people off of nothing, off of their skin color or gender, or nothing. It's like you don't want them doing you. Period. You
Oh,
know what I'm
95%, huh?
saying?
Okay. That's what's up. And keep it going. Percentage.
Yeah, yeah.
Keep
Yeah,
it
and that's
going.
what I'm saying. I love seeing.
We need
I
black
like seeing
wives.
love. Period.
We
Shit,
need black
nigga.
wives. We need more black wives out here. You know what I'm saying? Moving forward, jeez. Okay. Well, the dopeness was absolutely real tonight. I mean, it definitely got heated and beated and all kind of tooted and booted. Okay, I'm happily in a relationship with my race. Thank you very much. I think the thank you very much is the two hearts. I just wanted to put that in there. You know what I'm saying? FYI, you
Mm-hmm.
know, but it's the conversation, it's the dialogue, and that's why I'm so happy to do this. Like I'm happy to do this. I have it's called Clash of Thoughts. Like what the fuck you thought? You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And
And
wow,
wait, Thug, and you gotta, and just real quick, I'm sorry, Thug, but you gotta vouch for me, you because you know me damn near my whole life. All you ever know me to date was black
but this
girls.
is why I look
Okay,
at you. But
wait,
this is
hold
why
on. And then wait a
I look
minute,
at you
wait,
the way
and
I
look,
do.
Doug, and you know I don't. You've never seen me dog out no female. You've never seen me treat. I don't have a reputation of. And I dated your cousin, my nigga, and me and her still on good terms. Like I do not. I'm just saying for people who don't know me. Like yes, I'm in an interracial relationship now, but this is my first
He is,
one.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've been with black. I'm 39 years old. I've been with
But
black
he
women my
liking
whole
it,
life.
y'all.
You
He
know what I'm saying?
liking it.
Yeah, I got two kids from previous like a nigga.
But that doesn't
I'm a
mean
male with
you
a
okay.
penis. It
I'm not
feel
gonna
good.
talk about
I'm
this.
a male with a penis. It feel good. If I don't want to pull out, I'm not pulling out. I don't give a fuck what the
And
color of
that's
your skin
just
is.
the realest shit you said in this whole 54 minutes of extra dialogue.
Yeah, I'm doing whatever I want to do with my organ,
That's
and
what
I
you
encourage
said.
you to do the same. I'm not gonna tell you to pass up on no swank because he white. Girl, you better get your back, bro. The fuck.
Mm.
If you pass up on it, that's cool. I'm not finna be like, oh, you should have went and got that white dick. Like, I don't give a fuck about his sex organ or yours. Nigga, I
But
got
if
mine.
I
I don't give
was
a fuck.
having a dialogue with you about it, you would have an opinion to say. You've been trying to close the show for 30 minutes.
We have. We really have.
You like for
We
real.
really have. All right, look, I'm gone. I look, I said my closing arguments. I don't got nothing else to say. I'm gone. Peace, love, peace to the chat. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. Uh yeah.
That was fun. We had a dope show. Wow, a lot of conversation. You know, the people who are watching this after the live, damn, you missed out on something. Okay. Please feel free to still comment. Okay. Because the conversation is always real. You know, please keep comments respectful. No, we're not targeting you. No, it ain't that type of party. We just did the damn thing tonight on Clash of Thoughts with your girl forever and your boy CO. You know, hey, it is what it is, you know, and that's just what it do. So tonight, all right, with a boo or nah, enjoy. Lousers.